Or if you don't vape, I'm assuming you might not zin.
No, once again, only after 5 beers. And I haven't had 5 beers here. A couple of hours ago. Not yet.
Yeah, sweet.
Nah. I don't even want to look at a beer today.
Well, I think we're pretty much ready to get... There's also a stress ball if you want to grab that before we start.
A bit of a fidget.
It's a mad fidget tool, bro. Right. Shout out to Mario. My mate Mario gave me these stress balls.
Mate, unreal.
Have to give a link in the description now to Mario. Thank you. Thank you for that, Mario. Yeah, he's a legend, bro, this guy. And I'll give a quick story. This guy that gave me these stress balls, he has his own podcast. I did his channel.
Yeah.
He's like, I can't remember, I forget. He's like 50-something years old. Grew up in the war in the fucking Croatia, and then the war broke out, and his whole family left. He's by himself, bro. He's just like, fuck it. Joins the army.
Yeah, right.
Then works for forensic intelligence, then comes over to Australia as a personal investigator.
Yeah.
Bro,
and now he's got a podcast.
Yeah, he's the sickest gun ever. Mario, bro.
So I want to meet this guy.
He's like not real, bro. He's not real.
Bro, he's living life.
He's written like 10 books, 12 books.
Yeah, right.
I'm just talking to this guy. I'm just thinking, bro, you're a superhero.
That's what I aspire to be. You want to be the guy sitting around the campfire and you got all the stories.
Yeah, bro. He's that guy.
Listening to you.
Yeah.
Right.
And you know the cool thing is, he doesn't talk about himself. If you're talking to him, he just hypes you the fuck up. And you walk away like, bro, I feel
Where is
so
he?
good.
Where's Mario? Get him in here.
I should get him on, get him on again for every guest. That's what I'll do.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Fuck yeah, bro. Well, I'm keen to have this yarn, bro. Just in the small back and forward chats we've had online. You got a good personality, bro. You got a good personality.
Likewise.
Yeah. But so, what about last night, bro? What's the go for last? You said to me,
man.
oh, bro, like, I'm going to be responsible. I'm going to behave myself. What time did you message me? Like 11:30?
What did I say? I was like, I've misbehaved. Yeah, that was a story of my life.
Yeah.
So I love a good night out.
I can tell by the post you love a good night out.
Mate, I love a good night out.
Yeah.
It's but I actually drove last night to the venue. We had like a techno rave. I'm a big like techno head, massive.
Yeah.
It was like an outdoor thing right near my house. It was perfect. But I was like, I'm gonna drive. I'm gonna be sensible. I'm gonna go home early because I got a big day tomorrow on the podcast with Doxie, and I was excited. And I got there. And I had a beer, and I was like, "That's fine."
Yeah, that's a safe amount.
Yeah,
you can
that's
have
a
one.
safe amount.
Yeah.
An hour later, so I had another beer, 2 beers, and still drive home. I ended up having like 10 beers. I got home like 3 o'clock this morning. I was like, it just spiraled from there. I actually had an engagement party as well, so I was like, I justified it in my head. I was like, big deal, like close friends getting married. We're gonna celebrate, right? You can't
excuses, bro.
Yeah, that's right. I'm terrible for that, bro.
Like, I'm the same, bro. I was with my mates the other day. We were at the gym, and one of the mates who came, he's like full into it, bro. He'd been into it for years, and I'm just like there for now. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
Just happens to be my current chapter of my life.
Yeah.
Anyway, he's there just pushing us super hard, and I'm listening to my voice in my head after like 3 exercises. Go. Anything past this point's a waste, you know? I mean, it's not.
100%.
I'm just trying to convince myself anything.
No, but I'm terrible for that.
Yeah.
Terrible for that.
Yeah, bro. All right, well, I'm gonna just for starters, I'm gonna put a photo that you sent me up on Instagram when it comes to promoting this episode.
Absolutely, go for it. Wait, the one I sent you last night?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't even know what it was.
It is like smashed, bro. Like, yeah. Fuck yeah.
Chuck it up there.
Yeah.
Mate, oh.
All right, so Sawn hooked
That's
this up. Shout out to Sawn. Legend
Big
Sawn. He's
shout out.
sent me a few guests so far. He's an absolute champion. Shout out to Jono. Jono gave me Sawn, so shout out to you too. What's the story with you and Sawn? Do you know Sawn online, in real life?
In person.
Yep.
We go way back. I'm talking, I think we met when we were 5 years old.
Yeah, wow.
So 20 years now.
Wow.
So we went to the same primary school, same high school. I know his mum and dad. I know his brother.
Shit.
We've always lived in the same area.
Mad.
So yeah, we've been friends a long time.
Damn, are you still living in the same area? Because do you live near the
Pretty
beach?
much, yeah. So I think Sawn was telling you he lives in Illawong. We both went to Menai High School. So I used to live in Menai, but mum and dad were split. So mum was in Menai always. Dad was in Cronulla, you know where Cronulla is on the beach. So I was kind of half and half between Cronulla and Menai. Now I'm full-time in Cronulla.
Yeah,
So,
okay, nice. So you went to Menai High and primary, is that? Do you know Jaden Howard?
I do.
Yeah, he's my mate, Jaden. Yeah, he's coming down the pod too, actually.
Is he actually?
Yeah, long time ago he did it. Maybe in the first 20, 30 episodes, maybe.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Does he have... He got a cool car, right?
Yeah,
Does he have that,
he's got
like
like
an orangey, like a...
I'm not good at cars. I'm pretty sure he's got
Neither
some
am I.
kind of four-wheel drive, like
Right,
maybe a
okay.
Patrol or something
Okay.
like that.
Yeah, right.
think.
Yeah, he's got an older brother, Brock. I think Saul was... Yeah, he was in our year at school.
Oh, yeah, nice.
That's crazy.
So how old must Jaden be? I don't even know. I'm 26 or 25.
He's below us. He's probably a year or two below us, I think.
Okay.
Maybe 2 years younger.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, we worked at the same company for years and years, but he's a fucking champion,
Right.
Jaden.
Yeah, good family.
Yeah. Fuck yeah, it's a small world, but honestly.
That's crazy. I just drove an hour and a half to get here and we still have mutual friends.
Even Jaden's come here a few times.
Yeah, right. That's wild.
Yeah, it's sick. All right, so you don't saw him for a very long time. He's
Long
doing
time.
mad stuff, bro. Like, he was a sick
yeah.
cunt to meet too, actually.
Yeah.
Very sick cunt. So shout out again to Sawn for
Massive.
not just giving me the episode, but giving me many episodes since then. You're a champion. I have to say as well, if you see the red light turn off on that camera, please let me know. I fucking hate it when it happens.
I'll keep an eye on it, don't worry.
This might be like 118 episodes in. I'm still making mistakes, bro.
Mate, it'll never end. Yeah. Keep learning.
Yeah.
That's actually, on that note, massive shout out to Sawn. I love you. I use his song, Fast Lane, at the end of every single one of my videos. He's like my outro song. And I don't think that'll ever change. I love that song, that like line. It just fits perfectly. So massive shout out to you, Luke.
Yeah,
his music's
mad.
so good, bro.
Yeah, he's fucking G,
He's
isn't
so
he?
good. Yeah.
Mad. So the content that you post, bro, the content that I know you from, there's a lot of traveling involved in it. I see everything on Instagram. Is there anything off Instagram I'm not familiar of? It's the only really thing I use Instagram, really.
Yeah, just YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube.
I mean, I do TikTok as well, but it's more so.
I didn't watch the fucking YouTube, bro. I didn't even know there was YouTube.
YouTube's like my main thing.
Fuck.
But
bro, I wish I knew this before. What's wrong with me, bro?
Yeah, no, that's not your fault. It's like, for now, it's just kind of, I'm just practicing.
Yeah.
It's like I'm very, very new to all of this.
Yeah.
I'll give you a little bit of a story then. So, ever since I was a kid, I've been posting some sort of videos, doing some stupid shit on the camera.
Yeah.
Whether it was like skate videos back then. Trying to be funny was never funny. I'm not funny enough to be trying to be funny. And then as I was going through high school, I was like a big gamer. So then I started streaming. So I was streaming Warzone through COVID. Like, that was like, well, it wasn't my job, but like I treated it like my job.
Yeah.
So I was streaming like on Facebook Gaming and on Twitch. And then that kind of COVID finished and I'd gotten fat and I was starting to play it again. So I kind of stopped that. And that's when it kind of transitioned into travel's like, for me, travel's been my whole life. So mum's Scottish, dad's Australian.
Yep.
So I've got the dual passport. So
nice.
I've spent heaps of time in Scotland. I think I've been to Scotland 18 or 19 times now. I love it there, bro. I went to school there for a little bit.
Wow.
Yeah. So Scotland is like a massive part of me.
Do they speak English over there?
Yeah. I speak English with some crazy accents, so hard to understand sometimes.
But there's no like natural native.
They have like Scottish Gaelic type, but
Gaelic,
I don't know anyone that can speak it. Even my family there, they can't speak it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's like a massive part of me. And I actually wore a kilt to my year 12 formal, like, you know, the dress thing that they wear.
The skirt?
Skirty thing.
Fuck yeah, that's mad.
Yeah, it's cool. Had you full like ceremonial, have a knife in the sock. And you got like a little thing here with whiskey in it. Pretty cool.
That's cool.
So I went and to my mum's wedding, I also wore that because she's Scottish.
Mad.
So the way it kind of worked for me is always been traveling. Like mum and dad have always, obviously, to visit her family, but also just I've been very, very fortunate that they've taken me on heaps of trips, especially dad. Like we go snowboarding every year, like new country every year. And not every year, but we've been a few times. So massive props to them, but I've just caught that bug from them.
Yeah.
And like, I genuinely, like, it sounds weird to say it, but if I was to like, if one thing was like, is my passion and me, it's travel.
Mad.
And that might be weird, like to some people, because it's like, some people think of travel as just like,
experience more than anything.
Yeah.
Travel's usually just like a period of your life that you might like to do one day. You know what I mean?
That's right. Whereas for me, it's my whole life.
Wow.
And it's funny. And the reason I said before, like, I'm a lawyer now, which is also weird to say out loud because
good work.
that is only since Friday, like, literally 2 days ago.
I've seen that, bro. So was that a graduation? Is that what that was?
So that was what they call admission. So I graduated last year from uni. I was at uni for 6 years. Did a Bachelor of Laws and a Bachelor of Commerce with a finance major. Graduated last year, and then you have to work a certain amount of work experience until you can be an actual lawyer, get admitted. So that's what that was. I've been working all year, and I got admitted on Friday. So now I'm a lawyer.
Fuck.
Which is so weird to say out
hectic,
loud.
bro. That's hectic, bro.
But
fucking Harvey over here, bro. I'm sitting down with Harvey, bro.
Mate, it's funny because I resigned the other day. Just before I got admitted, I resigned from work.
All right, I'm gonna have to fucking put some pins in this story, bro. That's for
sure. So I've got 2 weeks left at work.
Yeah.
Like on Friday week, I'm done.
Yeah, nice.
So I've got 2 weeks working as a lawyer only, and I don't think I'll ever. I don't know if I'll ever get back.
No,
to
you
that.
didn't resign. You retired.
Yeah, mate, I've retired. I'm 25. Had a long career, 6 months.
Good work.
Yeah, so that's. I mean, I haven't actually told anyone that yet.
Yeah,
this is the first time. First time
breaking news,
saying
bro.
it. Yeah, breaking news. Because I've resigned because I'm going overseas.
Oh yeah.
So I'm moving overseas indefinitely. So the plan is to. It's always been a plan. Like I wanted to go to uni. I wanted to have something behind me, so that I could do these things without, too much. It's obviously still a risk. Like
You've got a lot of safety, but
that's the thing. Like at least I can do it knowing if it all fails. Because I fully intend to try and make content and YouTube like a full-time thing.
Yeah.
And I know I only started making videos like 3 months ago, so it's really really new. But I fully intend to do that, and I think I will be able to. But it's just good to have that back safety net.
Yeah, definitely.
Which I think is important.
That is the biggest safety net, bro. You studied, you said 6 years. That's crazy.
It was meant to be 5 years, but I took a year off to travel.
Yeah. That is crazy amount of safety, bro. Good work for that. I pump all my mates up to start making content, bro. If anyone want to quit their jobs, I'm like, fuck yeah, do it.
100%.
But I don't even think about the safety aspect of doing so, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, it's good. It's good to have that, but I'm all about just diving in head first. Obviously you don't want to take crazy, life-changing risks, but you got to have something. You got to have something. I'm all for it diving. You want to do something?
Yeah.
Just do it. Make it.
Yeah, I am the same too, bro. I think anyone should chase their dreams more than anything. It's the most important thing. And if you can chase your dreams and feel safe while doing it, bro, you've just killed 2 birds and got stoned. You know what I mean?
That's exactly how it is.
That's fucking hectic, bro. Yeah, I find myself to be blessed in the fact that I went and got a trade before I tried anything, and then content's always been something I wanted to do as well. So I'm glad I started doing that in the process. But now that I'm in the trade, bro, I love it. You know what I mean? It's cool. Did you start to enjoy doing the lawyer process and working, even though you're only doing it for a short period of time, but something that you enjoyed doing?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. Not really.
Yeah.
It wasn't, and I don't think I think it's just not me. And I've known that for a long time. And don't get me wrong, I don't regret doing it at all. But it's just not me. I sit there at work, same desk all day, back's hurting, sitting there thinking reading a 50-page contract about, some building dispute, whether or not that nails 5 mil out of, and I'm like, this is not what I don't want my life to be like this forever.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, it's a great career, and it's, it can be if you, I'm not saying you don't have to love what you do every day. I don't really think anyone goes to work. I mean, if this becomes your full-time job, then that's a different story. But I don't think you have to love it.
Yeah.
But I can't accept it. So that's why I've made the change. And some people think I'm crazy, my mum included. Yeah. Oh, my son, you're a lawyer. Oh, you've quit. What are you doing? I get that a lot.
Yeah.
But I'm fully content with it, with my decision. I fully... I don't intend to come back. There's a good chance I'll come back in a year's time with no money at all and be 26 years old and have absolutely nothing. Yeah. And I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that.
Look, again, bro, I got a lot of opinions to point along that thing, but you can never from this point forward come back with nothing because you've gained a 6th year endeavor. You know what I mean?
That's true.
You don't know how many 26-year-olds have nothing. You know what I mean? Realistically, bro. It's very easy to be any age and think, oh, I've got nothing yet. But even if you don't have a skill, a certification, a degree, a bachelor, anything, you still have the experiences you've learned along that way. I sat down with a guy yesterday. He's 32, High Society. Shout out to High Society. That episode's in the description. That was from last week. And at 31, he went, man, I can't be working in this warehouse anymore. And he just decided to take up sewing. And now he does sewing for a living, bro. He quit his job full time. He creates, he upcycles old clothes into hats, and he'll take TNs and turn them into face masks and hats and shit. Legend, bro. Legend, you know what I mean? And he had the same thought, bro, I've got nothing yet, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You've always got something, bro.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? You've always got
sure.
something. And in years from now, bro, no matter what, you're going to enjoy You look like you enjoy life a lot anyway, bro. You know what I mean? Even though you're studying full time, this is that, working, like you're out a lot, bro.
Yeah. No, I
in the
do.
world.
Yeah.
That's hectic.
This tattoo right here, what a great life. That's just and Mr. Happy, that just kind of captures me. But I love my life.
Yeah.
Like I love it. And
that's good
why,
energy, bro. Good energy.
I mean, it's testament to obviously the people around. Like, I love my friends, bro.
Yeah.
I love my friends. I love everything. It's weird. Like, people say to me, like, they think if you see me, like, on YouTube, for example, on my videos, I'm, like, kind of potentially always seeming happy, which I am.
Yeah.
And that's just real. Like, when I'm on camera, I'm just straight up real. And it might seem, some people probably think it's fake.
Yeah.
Because I'm just like, always high energy. But I just love it, bro. I just love everything.
Bro, that's hectic, bro. You're a G, bro. You're a G. That's the energy that people need in their lives, bro. Like, don't get me wrong, like I'm a big advocate for it. My diary's written all over the internet for 115 weeks in a row. Like, don't get me wrong, sometimes I'm like, bro, life's hard, man. I'm complaining and I'm like, fuck, rah.
Yeah.
But every other time I'm just like, yeah, but it's so hectic, bro. You know what I mean? Like, for everything that sucks about it, it's twice as good, bro. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like, I love that energy, bro. I love that energy. That's sick. Yeah. So what's the YouTube videos about, bro? And to be honest, I fucking can't wait to go watch them already, bro. You know what I
mean? Bro, I think, so at the moment, because I am so new to it, I'm just kind of testing the waters out. Like, I don't really know. I know what I want it to be, and that is, it's travel content. Yeah. Like, so I'm flying to Argentina on the 29th of December. And I want, I'm going to be there for, I think, 4 months. And that's the type of content I want to make. I want to show you and show other people things that they, like my mum, for example, she's petrified that I'm going to South America by myself. Yeah. Like, she's like, you're going to get robbed or murdered. And I'm like, I don't have that mentality. Like, I know people that live in Colombia. I've got good friends there. And it's not what people think it is.
Yeah.
And I want to show that in a way I want people to watch my videos, right? And I want them to, number one, be entertained. Number two, catch on to my positive vibes and just smile. And number three, learn something about somewhere that is so foreign to us and think, let's, open their mind a little bit.
Yeah.
That's just what I want. I don't want anything, deeper than that. If I can give you something and you enjoy it, that's enough for me. I don't want any deeper, anything more than that, bro.
I think it's all we want, bro, as consumers. We just want to be entertained.
Yeah.
Like, people can push a message and it's nice. Like, I like to be uplifted in motivational conversations and podcasts, and I love chucking on a Navy SEAL talking about making your bed every morning.
Absolutely.
Like, I love all this shit, but at the end of the day, bro, I watch Spanian and I watch fucking the Nelk Boys and I watch... It doesn't matter how many Chris Williamsons and Alex Hermosis and Jordan Petersons and Andrew Tates. Like, I want to watch fucking, like, entertaining shit, bro. That's all I give a fuck
just
about,
real guys just doing real shit.
And if they can weave a little bit of fucking education into it, fuck, hectic. It's
absolutely.
Mad. What an uplifting little message I got. I didn't need that, but you know what I mean? I just want to be entertained.
Yeah,
That'd be hectic, bro. I'd be mad. So what's this? You've only been doing it for a few months. What's the videos you've been doing at the moment so far?
So at the moment, it's all Australian based stuff. So it's all, most of it's outdoors. So like, for example, one of them, I went and slept in a hammock in the bush overnight, just on like a little private beach. That was sick. That was like the first. So that was like I made a video like 2 years ago in Europe, and then another one in like Spain, like in Lanzarote, which is like a little island off Spain. That was 2 years ago, and I loved it. And then I didn't do anything for 2 years, and I was just, the whole time I was kind of kicking myself, like, why am I not doing this? Like, I want to be doing this, but I'm not. Like, what is it? And like, I was still studying full time. It was hard, but I knew I had to come back to it. And so that hammock video was the first like proper video back. And it was so much fun.
Yeah.
Like, for me, the camera, it's like an excuse to go and do something cool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Stuff that I would do anyway, but I've got now an even more, like, since I've started making the videos, my life's gotten so much better because I keep doing things that are camera worthy.
I can fucking feel that, bro. That's podcasting in itself. Like, what other reason is there to have a hectic conversation with someone than to drive 90 minutes, bro? You know what I mean? Like,
absolutely, bro. Like, you wouldn't have these conversations if
there was no cameras, bro.
Yeah.
Like, it's the biggest gift in the world, bro. Press and record.
Yeah, for sure. No, you've had some amazing guests on here as well, bro. Like,
I've been
really
very,
cool
very grateful for the guests I've had
people.
on. Yeah. So that was the first video, the hammock one, like
hammock
20.
one.
Was it 24 hours? That you said?
It was.
Or just sleeping
longer than
overnight,
that, bro. It was like we had to walk like 30 k's to get in there.
Yeah.
Slept in a hammock overnight. Like saw heaps of whales. Everything just went right. Like it was. I was me and a mate, and it was like we ran out of food. Like we severely underprepared for this.
Yeah.
And like we met people that like in the middle of the bush gave us food. Like we had the most amazing experience, and that kind of just opened my mind up to like when you just go out and do the most random shit ever, stuff just happens. Like magic just happens.
Yeah.
Someone gave us food. Some guy gave me his drone footage of the whales.
Wow.
It was like such a good experience, and that was the first one.
Yeah.
And then since then I've done went to New Zealand, did like a New Zealand's highest bungee jump and like snowboarding video. That's probably my favorite video, to be honest.
Yeah.
I do a lot of it with Dad, so like just me and Dad on the videos.
How's he go on the camera? Does he have a spiel as well? Like, hey guys,
He can't. He doesn't talk to it.
Yeah.
I reckon he's this comedic star, but he's so funny, like unintentionally.
Nice. Yeah,
Because he's like, he's a bit of an old head. Like he's not a massive. We're certainly not technological, but like he's always just like in the background of my video, and he's just funny.
Yeah,
he's just
doing
those,
right?
doing some weird shit. Like it's funny. We did, Tough Mudder, running. So we did that together.
Oh man!
And there's a video about that. We did another adventure race together. It was like mountain biking, running, and kayaking.
Yeah,
had the camera for that. What was the most recent one? Went camping. So I've done a video a week since I started. And I'm trying to be consistent
Good work,
with that.
bro. That's great.
Yeah, it's tough, bro.
I don't know if it's tough, bro.
It's not tough like as in hard work. Like, I love doing it. I'm at work and I'm just thinking, I wish I could just pull out my laptop and edit my videos.
Yeah.
But I just love it, bro.
Yeah.
And a video a week is manageable at the moment. But once I get overseas, it'll be so much easier.
Yeah.
Like, that'll be that's my life. Like I could do a couple of videos a week for sure.
It's it is tough, bro. Don't sugarcoat it, because you're speaking to someone who also makes videos. Like people who don't make videos don't understand because they just see an uploaded video. But to put in the mental effort to think of what you're going to do, to show up to the occasion and press record and be on good. I know you're naturally a high energetic person, but you still got to play the character as well. I mean, you have to amplify yourself sometimes.
Yeah.
And then the editing side alone, bro, is hours and hours inside of that. Like an episode a week is a big effort, bro. It's a big effort. Speaking from experience, trust me, bro. It's a lot.
I'm glad you appreciate it because a lot goes into it.
Yeah.
But I'm glad I enjoy it. Like,
does it make you think like back in the day when people used to do the daily vlogs on YouTube?
That's crazy.
You know what I mean?
That's crazy. I mean, if you had the time, like, I would do it if I had the time. And it's like, respect that. Like, that's hard.
Yeah. But every day, bro, it has to be bigger than the day before. And the day before and the day before.
The problem with me is I wouldn't have enough, I'm not genuinely, I'm not creative as a person, like just generally speaking. So getting the ideas for the videos and, adding the music I'm not good at that, but I'm glad I'm getting help, which is good.
Yeah.
But I'm learning as well.
Yeah.
Actually, I took the camera to Oktoberfest in the city.
Yeah.
So they had like a massive German party. And I strapped the GoPro to my chest. That's probably my favorite video. That's so funny.
Yeah.
When you take the camera to a place like that, I'm walking around holding it, and it's just like having a little puppy. Like people just come to you because everyone's drinking, and like girls coming up trying to get on the camera. People like giving me their number through the cat. Like it's just a novelty having the camera, and that was funny. That's good.
Cool. Yeah. What's it like filming these videos IRL? Like, do you have people like staring at you? Is it awkward? How do you feel holding it? Like, how does it feel doing it?
Yeah, so that's something that
outside of a drinking scenario, because that's a separate thing itself.
Absolutely, yeah. It's a lot easier when I'm drinking.
Yeah, and everyone else is
drinking.
Yeah.
But those videos are also harder to make because, like I said before, I'm making my content so that my 10-year-old cousins can watch it.
Yeah.
So to take it to a place like that I had to edit a lot of stuff out. But bro, I think that's probably part of the reason why I said I made those videos 2 years ago and then stopped for ages. And I reckon I was like nervous on the camera and I wouldn't pull it out in public. So those videos are basically just me like by myself. And I was nervous. Like I would go I couldn't pull my phone out in the shops and take a selfie. Like I'd be like, everyone's looking at me.
Yeah.
But I've gotten over that now. And I think that's just come with probably, practice, but even at work, like I have to speak it and you get better in that sense. But now, no hesitation at all. Like I could whip it out anywhere.
That's hectic,
and just start talking to it.
It's a skill to be able to pull your phone out, walking through a shopping center, hold it above your head and talk to it.
Absolutely.
That's a skill, bro.
Seriously. It's still, like I said, I can do it now. I'm not saying it's easy. Like it's still, I still think, who's looking at me? Like, You know, who's judging me? Is that granny judging me?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, like, they don't care.
Yeah.
No one cares.
They don't
And
care, bro.
that's the same with many things in life. You think people are thinking about, people are talking about, then probably not.
Yeah, bro.
And that's just...
I had this guy, Michael Lappins. That's the episode that comes out in our time tomorrow. The episode came out a few weeks ago. Shout out to Mick. Thank you, Mick. The link's in the description for that episode as well. But he said it to me, something that I clipped up, and it's going to be the clip that I post. And he goes, people spend, I used to spend a lot of time, and other people do as well, thinking what other people are thinking of me. But that's got nothing to do with me. What that guy thinks of me has fuck all to do with me.
That's just how it is. That is straight fact.
I was like, bro, that was great.
100%. 100%.
They can think whatever they want, bro. It doesn't matter. It makes no difference.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm not as good as I want to be. The walking around with the camera thing. I've done a few like videos with my mates, food reviews, walking through markets.
Yep.
Like I might be doing gym content with someone, something like that. It's still nervous, bro, but you just gotta suck it up and do it because
gym's hard. Pulling it out in the gym is the next level.
Yeah. And the goal is to do it as busy as the gym as possible too, because it always makes better content when the gym's busy.
Yeah, for sure.
It's fucking rough, bro. But good work, bro. I respect anyone who's making content. I love content, bro. I love anyone making it. Yeah,
100%.
It's hectic.
It's good. I'm lucky to be. That's another thing that I would probably credit to getting that confidence is one of my best mates, Lachlan Stewart. Big shout out Stu, Lachlan Stewart PT on Instagram. He makes some of the best content I've ever seen, and he doesn't get the record. He's the funniest guy I know.
Yeah.
He's actually in South America now. So he's a PT. He grew up with me, but he lives in Queensland now. And he makes the funniest gym content I've ever seen in my whole life.
Yeah.
And it would blow up for sure.
Yeah.
Like one day he's going to blow up. And I think he's a big part of why I've gotten more confident. Like he's the friend when you go out, he goes and talks to the group of chicks, or he's just like the boisterous, like that I never was. And I'm better at that now. And that's definitely all thanks to him. Well, not all thanks to him, but a big part of it is for him.
Yeah.
And
nice. You need that guy, bro.
Absolutely.
Everyone needs that guy.
Everyone needs that guy.
Yeah. And you'll be that guy for everyone else now who wants to come along for this journey, bro, you know, which is what's cool.
I'm trying.
I'm not suggesting you should do this. It's just an idea that I've noticed a lot lately. People have been making challenges with their YouTube videos, you know, like this is my road to this. Like, do you ever see Nick Nayasina? What's his name? He was in the Nelk Boys. He left. He started his road to 1 milli. You ever seen that guy?
Oh, I think so. Yeah.
I
haven't watched any of those videos.
Oh, they're mad. They're good video. They're brain rot. Don't get me wrong.
Right,
it's like any other YouTube video, bro. You know what I mean? But like, he just goes on college tours and like might take a celebrity with him. Like it might be taking like Offset or NLE Chopper or Sketch or someone to a college, throw a big college party. Yeah. Then it's this daily vlog, going to a footy game, you know, this and that. Anyway, he did Road to 1 milli maybe 18 months ago. Yeah. He's on 975,000 subscribers. You know what I mean? Like,
that's crazy.
You know, because he's got a goal. And anyone that I see that has a goal, they are getting really good traction. Like, who's that guy? There's a guy, Trey, he's in Queensland now. He started making TikToks ages ago. And he did Road to Raw Talk. He's like, I want to get on Bradley Martin's Raw Talk. Yeah, I don't think he ever did, but now he's one of Australia's biggest influencers, bro. You know, doing that kind of shit.
Like, you know, what is it? Shoot for the stars, land on the moon, or something like that. So if you got that goal.
What's Neo? If you aim for the stars, if you don't grab it, you're on top of the world.
Yeah, right. Mate, that's perfect.
And that's not Neo. Is that Pitbull?
I don't know. Yeah, it's Pitbull, bro.
Mr.
Worldwide. Also, nice. Can I just clear up the glasses?
Yeah, go on. Explain.
I've got a bung eye. I don't know if you can see it. Actually, that's a funny story. I'll tell you. So I have to wear these to protect my eye. I'm not a dickhead. But Friday night I got home because I got admitted on Friday, so we went out to celebrate. I got home. I was pretty sauced, and I had my contact lenses in. Took this one out. I went to take this one out, and it wouldn't come. And I was like, oh, fuck, it's stuck. And sometimes they like fold in half and get stuck up under your eyelid. So like I was,
hear that,
I was in the mirror, like lifting it up, like trying to get it out, and it wasn't coming. I swear to you, an hour later, I was getting really frustrated, probably going a bit too aggressive. And I had something, because sometimes they dry up and stick. And I thought I had it, so I pulled really hard. And it was holding my eyeball, like the film of my eyeball. And I'm like, and my dad's a paramedic. So I was like, okay, I can't, this is getting ridiculous. And I was meant to be labouring for my mate at 6 o'clock in the morning, and it was like 2:30. So I went and woke Dad up. I was like, Dad, my contact's stuck. I need you to get it out. He full gets the tweezers out. He's got tweezers, bro. I'm like lying there on the end of his bed, like in the operating room. He's got tweezers out, and he's like got eye solution. He's gushing my eye out. Half hour later, can't get it. It was never in there. I don't know, like to this, I don't know where it was or where it is. It was never in there. So the next morning I go to bloody urgent care clinic because I've ripped the lining of my cornea, and so now I'm like, it's actually a lot better, but it's. Anyway, that's why I'm wearing glasses.
I feel like I want to be sick thinking about that, bro. Like pulling on your eyeball is next level.
With my nails, bro. I had it. I was like, I've got the contact. That's not the contact. It was so
oh my God.
Yeah.
Disclaimer for anyone watching and listening, I'm sorry, bro. You have to understand I didn't know that was coming. I might put a little warning before that little segment, bro.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. All right. Well, this is exciting, bro. I can't wait to start watching these YouTube videos and everything that's to come in the future from doing so. How are you going to, I think a lot of people have this fear, bro. A lot of people want to be able to quit what they're doing, chase their dreams, even if it's full-time, part-time, you should be doing it anyway, but full-time, it's another level. Like, how do you plan on surviving? You know, like I'm not suggesting that you should have a plan, but like, is there a plan? Like, how do you pay the bills? How do you like live? Like, what do you do?
Bro. It's a big consideration. It's a question that I get a lot. And honestly, it's a question that I don't have a perfect answer for. As with everything, like I'm just kind of starting. It's going to be an evolving process. Obviously, I've saved up some money to go.
That's a good start.
But in terms of like, if I have to, I can pick up work while I'm there. I don't intend to. So my plan is, it's a very ambitious plan. Like, there's a good chance I'm going to run out of money very quickly and then have to do something else. But I'm going to leave on the 29th of December, fly to South America, stay for 4 months, make videos full time, hopefully 2 or 3 a week. By the end of that 4 months, I'm hoping to have seen enough growth to think, yeah, this is working. Like, let's keep going. And to be honest, even if I don't, I'm going to keep going anyway. Like, I'm fully in this now. Then I'm flying straight from South America to Scotland, and I'm going to live there for a while. Then I'm going in June back to the US because I worked in America this year for 6 weeks in the middle of the year, 8 weeks, sorry. At a kids camp, like a youth camp.
Yeah.
So like for 7 weeks, I just like lived with a bunch of 13-year-old boys, like just played sport all day and got paid for it.
Yeah, that's sick.
And I'm going back next year, so I'm going to do that. So that's a bit of money there, like that'll get me through.
Yeah.
Then after that, I want to go and do some like Eastern European content. I want to get away from like the cliche, you know, Paris, London, all that. I want to get like, I'm not saying I'm going to go like, you know, Russia and stuff, but Eastern Europe. So I want to do like things that I haven't done before.
Yeah.
And that's it, bro. If it fails, it fails.
Well, it seems like either way, bro, you're just traveling in general. You just happen to be recording, you're traveling, bro, which is what's mad, which a lot of people don't consider, you know, like it's a mad dream and aspiration of mine to just be able to pack up shop and fuck it, hit the world, bro, and just see everything that's out there. But I don't know, maybe it's just some people have that bone that you have and some people don't. For me, there's way too much fear of letting go, you know what I mean? And just going somewhere else. So I think a lot of people are in that same category as me, bro. And we're naturally going to go back to that resources, survivalistic instinct of like, but how do you attain? How do you consume? How do you lust and greed and all these things, bro? You know? What's that sin? Is it gluttony? Is that gluttony? What it is? Yeah. That's, bro, I reckon that I'm fixated on that, you know, but
that's fair.
I think you're doing a fucking cool thing, bro. And it's just like, if I need work, I'll just go work.
That's how it is.
It's so fair, bro, you know?
That's true. And that's actually a good point. Like the whole idea of, like, I'm literally selling everything I own. I'm like, right now I'm at home, I'm giving stuff away because I'm intending to have my entire life in a backpack.
Yeah.
And which, again, some people couldn't do that. And I understand that. But it's also, for me, that gives me a sense of freedom like nothing else. And it sounds weird to say that because, don't get me wrong, like I've got mates that have like very successful professionally, like they grinded at school, grinded at uni, now grind at work. One of my best mates, he's one of the best people I know, but he works like 100-hour weeks, like genuinely in finance. And he's just bought like a very expensive apartment and he's 25 and he's got a girlfriend in there. It's awesome. I love it. But that's just not me.
Isn't for you, bro. Like,
it's not.
Yeah.
But I fully understand it because it was me. So when I was growing up, I was like, you know, I want to make the most money possible. I want to get married and have kids by 26. I want to buy a house. Like I wanted to do that. I'm 25. I've got fuck all money and I'm about to move overseas with, you know, and that's me though. So like my point was like my mate's doing that and that's great. And if you want to do that, do that. But I can't live like that because I'm very much of the mindset like, you know, the whole tomorrow's never promised and all of that. And if you, I don't know, I'm not good at explaining it perfectly.
You don't have to be good at it.
Just try you get what I'm saying? Like, if that makes him happy, I'm so happy for him. That's so good. But I want you to do what makes you happy, and taking that risk. So I think a lot of people, like you said, a lot of people are scared of whether it's, you know, fear of not getting where they want to. Like, money is what it comes down to, in my opinion. Like,
Atigophobia is the word, and it's fear of failure.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
And it's such a real thing, bro. Like, I still have that all the time. I'm very conscious of, I want to have a family. I want to have 6 kids.
Yeah, bro, you are the first motherfucker to ever say the same. I want to have 6 boys. That's my goal.
Yeah, oh, really?
No, wow. 6 is my number as well, bro.
Yeah, 6 is my number.
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone's not going to find a girl that wants this.
Bro, I spent a long time going, like, how many baby mamas do I need to get that?
Yeah, I know. Bro, you know, I mean, I'm going to Colombia, maybe.
Yeah.
No, so yeah, I want 6 kids, bro. And I'm 25. And that is always in the back of my mind, like, I'm about to move overseas for a couple of years. Where does that tie into my, like, how can that goal doesn't really align with my other goals at the moment, but I'm fine with that. Like, it's more so, I think we all, especially, well, me included, I'm guilty of this. Like, we think we are running out of time, or we think we're old. We're not.
Yeah.
Like, in 5 years, I'm 30. 5 years is a long time, and 30's young.
Yeah.
So, and I need to remind myself of that all the time, because I do get caught up in, like, I do sometimes struggle with thinking I'm behind, especially when I look at my mates that are so successful, got heaps of money, got a great girlfriend, got a house, and I'm over here, like, you know, struggling to buy petrol.
Yeah.
And I've just quit my job, which is ridiculous. But when I think back to, you know, why am I doing this? And I do sometimes wake up and think, do I really want to, like, pack it all up and go away? I love my life. I love my friends. I love my family. You know, my parents are getting older. My friends are going to start getting married, and I'm not going to be here. And it does play with my head a little bit. But at the end of the day, for me, I know I would regret it if I don't. And that's why I'm doing it. I don't want to have any regrets. Like,
yeah,
I'm very much, I always think it's cliche, but, like, you know, when you're on your deathbed, what do you want to, you don't want any regrets. And that's why I'm doing it.
Yeah. Well, I think that's one of the most important reasons why you should do it, bro. And that's because mission accomplished, whether it works or not. Mm-hmm. You've ticked that box of curiosity, you know? Yep. Curiosity killed the cat, but the full saying is curiosity killed the cat, but assurance bring it back to life, you know, because it knew. So it didn't, that's the point of the quote. It's not actually just curiosity leads you to disaster. It leads you to disaster, and then you regain yourself from that, you know?
Yeah.
And bro, I've been through a massive chapter over the last few months about that same thing, where it's like, I want to be great, bro. I want to be great. Like, how do I achieve greatness? By investing my money in the right things and buying a house and all this stuff. And, like, I have a house, bro. I have the commitment, I have the mortgage, and it's like, I fucking finally got there. I worked so hard to get here. Now I'm in the position where it's like, fuck, this sucks, bro. I'm stuck here now. So my next goal is actually to get to a point and get rid of the house. I don't have a house anymore. I don't even know what I'm going to do after that, bro. I might buy a factory and sleep in my factory. I might just leave in my car and just rent out a fucking Airbnb or a hotel every time I want to do a podcast or something like that, bro. Like, it's cool to have a safety plan and a net when it comes to something that you can fall back on, but the commitment side is a scary fucking thing, bro. And I'm trying to transition my thoughts into, like, I want to be great. I want to make sure in 60 years from now I can consider myself to be great. I've done great things. I've achieved greatness, but I think I just want to say I lived a great life. Absolutely. You know? And how else can you live a great life other than experiencing the world, bro? Exactly right, bro. Yeah. And I don't know, like, it's actually been a lot more peaceful for me thinking about it like that too. And bro, I can relate. Like, I'm 26 and I thought I wanted to be a dad at 13, 14. I couldn't wait to be a dad, bro. And like 19, like 18, 17, I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty close, bro. Yeah. You know, this is a good relationship. Yeah. I'm getting to another relationship, 22, 23. Like, this is going good, bro. 24, 25, bro, this is going good, bro. No relationship. And then all of a sudden you're 26. It's like, I know what it's like to think to yourself, like, man, am I far behind? Like, I got mates as well, marriage, kids, houses, starting businesses, getting constant work, all these things. And the 2 points that I made in my head when you were saying what you were saying is, I know it's fearful knowing that they're going to be doing what they're doing and you're away.
Yep.
You think you're going to miss blah, blah, blah. My mates are already having kids, getting married, having homes, all these things. They're already gone, bro.
Yeah,
They're already gone.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if I'm here in this house or if I'm in fucking America right now.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if I'm in Asia. They're still with their families. They ain't got time for the boys anymore. It's just unfortunate. You live on FaceTime. You live on phone calls. You get to live in sending each other Instagram reels. Like, it's still good enough, bro. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter where you are in the world. The friendship's not going to go away. I don't think you're going to miss out depending on where you are. You're just going to miss out anyway. It's a shame. It's a shame.
Yeah.
But yeah, bro, I just think like we only the point in which we're not too old to feel like, you know, fuck, I should be further along yet or not, is next year I'm starting another apprenticeship. I decided, fuck it. It's got to get done. I wanted to do it since I was a kid. I needed another one. It's like, bro, I'm 26, bro. I don't want to be going to TAFE one day a week. That's long, bro. I'm going to finish this when I'm almost 30, bro.
Yeah, right.
But I came to the realization, like, if I'm 56, I still want to get another level of degree. I still want to get another level of certification. That means I've got 30 more years to study, bro.
Yeah.
Like, that's hectic. I'm not even 30 yet.
It's a long time.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that made me way more reassured to the sense where it's like, I'm not old, bro.
Yeah.
I'm young.
100%. It is hard to realize that sometimes. So
Damn straight it's hard, bro.
A lot of people don't realize it.
Yeah.
And I think I'm like come to that realization relatively recently, like in the last year, I reckon. Like my life's changed so much in the last year.
Yeah.
And I think it's just all happened in here. Like it's just a mental thing.
Yeah.
But I think it's healthy, like, you know, as you grow up, like I was saying, I thought I was going to have 6 kids started by now.
Yeah.
And I haven't. And that's just how things go. Like in life, you think one thing and then you have an experience and then you think another thing and it's fine to change things. The other thing is, you know, Gary V.
Yeah.
My mates call me Gary V when I on the beers, I start like giving motivational speeches and like, eat your veggies and he's like massive on the whole, you know, when you're in your 20s, have 50 jobs or just do whatever. And that's the mindset I have now. Like in my 20s, I'm not old. Yeah. And if I get to 30 and I'm still back at kind of, when I say have nothing, you know, no house, no kids, I'm fine with that. Like that's, for me, that's kind of not my deadline, but like when I'm 30, maybe I'm getting old. Yeah. But in 20s, not at all. Yeah. And that's why I just want to try things. Like I've got no hesitations anymore of just trying things. Bro.
Yeah. Well, if you think about it, bro, the commitment of having a house, if you want someone to live in somewhere like Sydney, like we live, right? You're signing up to anything between a 17 and 30-year commitment of straight security where you are, having to go to work, having to pay it off unless you beat the system in a way, right? You can get involved in that at any point, and then you're at the point in which people consider you to be successful. And you can get in there at any age. It doesn't you're not going to have any more money later or less money now. You might have an extra $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 a week to spend, maybe. But is it necessary to have that? You know, like I'm trying to let go of that need of external pleasures when it comes to like retail therapy and like even visual. What I want, I'm obsessed with how I want people to see me. All these worldly things that come with like, oh, I need to have some money. I need to have this. I need to have that. It's a hard thing to learn to let go of it, but I think the more you let go of it, I think the better I am starting to feel in general, which then does free you up to the idea of like, well, then why am I committed to this shit I don't want to do, bro? Why am I sitting in the office hurting my back for fucking X amount of hours per day?
Exactly right.
You know, it's it's interesting, bro. I like that you're on this way of thinking. I've only just recently been on this way of thinking myself over the last maybe 2-3 months. I think I've started to find a bit more clarity, but it's fucking, when you're in it, bro, you're in it.
Absolutely.
When you're in the dread.
Yeah. 100%. It's a weird one though, like when I'm sitting at work, so I actually work with another one of my best mates, which is great. And he's kind of the exact opposite of me. He's that on that same path. He's got a great girlfriend. He's very good at his job. He's very committed. He stays back he was there at 10 p.m. Friday night in the office. And I'm like I get it, but I also don't get it.
Yeah.
And it's, you know, and he knows, he's known for a while that I was on the way out, because obviously I told him, but no one else knew.
Yeah.
But it's just weird to see. It's like a clashing of worlds. A lot of people don't understand like what I'm doing, and that's totally fine. Like I fully get that it's potentially a lot of the older people, like even within my family, they're probably thinking like, well, I know they're definitely thinking, Cody, what are you doing? Like you're a lawyer. Stay, get a promotion, get a good job, stay.
Yeah.
But they don't get it. And that's fine. but I know what I want and I know how to get it, and I'm going to do that. And it's like, there is a lot of judgment around it, but like we said before, you need to stop thinking what other people think, because most of the time they're actually not even thinking about you. And number two is, if they are, who cares? And that's something that's really hard sometimes.
Bro, we're gonna die anyway.
Hard. We are gonna die. Memento mori, remember death. Like, we're gonna die.
We're gonna die anyway, bro. That's why I tell myself that's why I tell myself a lot lately. Like, what does it fucking matter?
In 100 years, no one's gonna know who we were, what we did at all.
Who cares?
Yeah.
But you know what will be there forever? Content, bro.
Yeah.
Which is what's crazy.
That is actually crazy. In 200 years, someone's going to pull up me at Oktoberfest.
Your great grandkids, bro, are going to know what it was like to live 1,500 years ago, bro. You know, like
that's crazy.
And they get to see, you know.
And this is kind of the first time in history that we can't look back 1,500 years.
No. I would give anything to have fucking 1,000 hours of footage of my old man, my grandfather, my great-grandfather.
Absolutely.
And by making content, you're given the greatest gift I think that any family bloodline could ever ask for.
It's a good way to look at it.
Because most people just have a photo if they're lucky. You know what I mean? Like, he did great. Man, he was a great guy. Uncle. Uncle X.
Yeah.
That's it. It's as far as that lives. But
I've never thought about it like that, eh?
I think about it a lot doing pod. I think about it a lot.
Yeah, right. It is, like you said, I think you said it before, it's like, it's a diary of your life.
Yeah.
Which is very special.
I sat down with this guy, Lenny Sinclair. Shout out to Lenny. He's a fighter, Australian kickbox champion, I believe, maybe more than one time. And he's had many fights now, maybe 20 fights, 17 wins or something like that. He's done really well. And he, over in Penrith, he's been fighting for a while, saved up heaps of money, quit working, used his money, started to buy a heap of recovery equipment, like infrared saunas, like ice baths, fucking suits, all this crazy shit, and went, might as well make a business out of this. Business started doing well, started to get constant people coming in, was busy, running this business, fighting on the side. And then he's like, this ain't life. So life ain't for me. And he came on the Doxcast, and luckily he said it first time. He's like, I sold my business as of today. I'm going to just go travel the world and fight and become an entertainer. He's making YouTube videos, like traveling the world and shit.
I love that.
And he's doing the same thing in December, I think, his flight or something like that.
Yeah, right.
So it's exciting, bro. Like
that,
it's magic, man. It's magic. We've been nothing but inspired by some of the people out there today.
Yeah, for sure.
How do things like views and likes and comments and does it followers, subscribers, does any of that play a part on your mental?
I wouldn't say, like, I am like notorious for, like, I check those things like regularly and it doesn't change much.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it doesn't really play with me. I don't care. Like, I would be doing it anyway. So, like, these videos, I love doing them and I would probably do them to no views. And so that's fine. But I do check it every day.
Yeah.
And that's the other thing, like, that inspired me. So YouTube is hard. I find really hard to crack.
Yeah.
And like I said, I've just started, but it's much harder to get like YouTube subscribers than it is to get Instagram followers. So I've gone like, I think I've got like 500 Insta followers in the last couple of months, which I think like that's so good, because I posted this reel and it blew up, like, relatively speaking. It got like 150,000 views. And I was like, what the I made it on a whim, like not as a joke, but like I went to this swimming hole with my mate and like filmed it and like made a reel about it. And then it blew up and I was like, it kind of gave me the, like maybe I can actually do this. Because at that point I was just making it for me and maybe for my mate. But it kind of blew up and it made me think, maybe I can actually do this. Like maybe I can actually make content full time, which I always wanted to do, but I probably didn't really believe that I could actually do it. Then that blew up. Then I posted this other video of me doing a stupid dance in the office and that got like 110,000 on TikTok. And again, I was like, maybe I can do this. And there's those two kind of instances that have made me fully believe that I can do it now.
Yeah.
If I didn't fully believe it before, I'd fully believe it now. And I think that's like anything. You get like a little taste of success or like something that inspires you. I can do this.
Yeah.
And that's the mindset I have now. Like I
was saying that to Sawn too. I was saying it's almost like life just gave you a little sprinkle, bro. Like, keep going. You know what I mean? I'll get salt
Absolutely.
bait. That's how I see it, salt bait. Every time, bro.
Yeah,
every time. It's hard. I can't lie. It's hard not to think about views and all that kind of shit as well. But you just got to think about the content. It's the most. It's the reason why you're doing it. The views are kind of just like it's nice. It's like it's a good feeling. It's good to get a bit of love and support, but realistically, you don't need it, bro. You know, you don't need it.
Not at all.
Yeah. Well, if you were to go overseas and start working, what's some of the places you would enjoy doing? Like if you're in South America, what would you like to do to suit your life?
Oh man,
would it be like in a bar, in a cafe? Like what would you want to do?
I do want to stop. I want to stop drinking as much as I do. for starters,
You're a party boy,
bro.
right?
Oh man, it sounds silly to say. Like it's just so when I go, I'm going by myself, but I've got like a couple mates there that I'll be with like a week here, a week there. So I want to be away. My content will hopefully be away from the bars. I don't really want to be doing all that. I want to be outside. Like a lot of my like messages if you watch my videos, I repeat this a lot. I always say, how good is Australia? Because I'm always outside, you know, the weather, the trees. And that's what I want to do over there. Like, I want to be in Earth. I want to experience Earth because Earth is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, it sounds silly to say, but like Earth, this place that we live, is ridiculous. Like, it is so big. There is so much in it that you can't fathom it.
Yeah.
It's like...
You can't even see it all, bro.
You can't see it all.
Yeah.
I want to try.
Yeah. Good effort, bro. Good effort, bro.
It's just amazing. I've been to 27 countries. Like, I've got a full list. Like, I've got a full list. Like, I'm obsessed.
What the hell?
I'm obsessed with travel, bro.
I think I've been to 5, maybe. 5.
Yeah,
I'm
right.
lucky, maybe 6.
I love it. Bro.
20-something's
I love
hectic.
it, bro. It's actually, so another thing, I haven't told anyone this either. It's just kind of part of my little, I write stuff down when I'm in the middle of the night when I think of it. And so I want to do 25 countries in 2025. That's like, you know, you said before, like do a road to or like have a goal.
Yeah.
My goal is 25 in 2025. So I'm calling it 25 in 25.
Yeah.
So 25 new countries, not that I've already been to.
Oh, yeah.
Which again is crazy because I definitely do not have the money to be going to 25 countries, but I'm going to try.
Yeah.
So yeah, 25 countries. And I know what 25 they are.
Yeah, nice.
So that's my goal for next year.
That's a sick goal, bro. See, that's mad. Now you got yourself a series, bro.
That's the series.
You know what I mean? That's
25
season 1, bro.
Yeah.
You
So
know?
I've been filming now, like I've kind of been filming, I haven't posted any of it, like progress updates and like 25 and 25 updates. So like I bought a laptop, I bought a camera, I bought a phone, and I've kind of been filming as I go. So eventually I'll put it all together and that'll be like 25 and 25. And hopefully I can get there.
Yeah.
It's going to be hard.
That's hectic, bro. I can't
Yeah.
wait to watch that series.
Yeah.
That's mad.
I'm very
I always
excited.
think about those videos to make. I haven't actually started making and posting any videos outside of doing podcasting and clips other than recording for other people. I enjoy linking up and maybe making someone else a video, you know, getting them on camera. Maybe get myself on it, but then delete myself if I edit it for them.
Right,
Because
okay.
it's like it's kind of like a gift. I like doing that for other people's videos.
Yeah, mad.
But I always think of those little things where it's like, oh, bro, that'd be so hectic to do, you know, a little series. Bro, one time I got so deep in it, just only a couple months ago, I was like, bro, fuck having this house. I'm sick of these bills. I'm sick of all this. I'm like, I recorded a video. I was like, 100,000 likes and I'll sell my house and put it on red. And I was so close, bro. It was so close.
Oh, man. People buy into that stuff, though.
Yeah.
Like, you need to have, you didn't need to, but like, you have like some sort of story or to people latch onto, they get invested in.
Yeah.
And it works.
Have you seen Amino Chigo? Is that his name? Amino Chigo, I
don't
think.
so.
He's the guy who crashed his car into Macca's. You've not seen that guy? You seen him?
I think I have seen it.
He made another video this morning. It's why it's fresh in my memory. He goes, so his first video was like, yo, I'm my mama. I'm about to drive my car into Macca's. He's like recording himself. Then he's in the driver's seat, drives straight into the Macca's. The next, I watched this for a full like year, bro. His updates. The next one's like the news. Young TikTok star, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, he got his face and stuff.
Yeah.
He's then he's in the hospital for the crash. The next one's him getting arrested. And then he goes into another video. If this video blows up, I'll cut my ankle monitor on my mama. And then he's on TikTok live. And he cuts his ankle monitor. The next one's him running from the cops.
Oh,
bro.
my God.
Sleeping in the bush, going state to state. But since then, bro, he's been like in everyone's rap videos and like behind the scenes and doing little commercials and things like this. And his video this morning was, oh, my mama, I'm going to do it again.
See, people just buy into that stuff because...
Bro, the main video has 1.4 million shares.
That's crazy.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, it's actually not that hard to try and, like, you know, get the attention people want, you know?
Yeah.
Turn it into a career. Like, what he's done's crazy. Like,
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I can't do that. I'm not crazy enough for that.
Yeah.
But, yeah, right. That's crazy.
Being traveling so much, I got a mate very similar. So my mate Reese, shout out to Reese. He's always, I called him the other day. I said, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Oh, I'm in Northern Territory." What the fuck are you doing there? He's like, "I don't even know, bro. I'm working in like some fucking wind turbine or something." How'd you get there? He's like, "I don't know." He's always somewhere else.
Yeah, right.
And he's he doesn't feel like if he identifies as a bit of a gypsy, you know. He doesn't feel secure enough to be in one spot. Even though he's always grown up in Penrith, he never felt it to be home. Like, do you feel like Australia's home, or how would you relate your relationship with it?
Yeah, that's a good point. And I was actually going to touch on that. I love Australia, bro. Like, yeah, I feel this is my home. And like I said before, I feel that with Scotland as well. Like really, like when I go there, like I get like emotional when I land on the plane. Like it's that type of feeling. But Australia's home. And the way I see it is, and when you watch my videos, I'm always talking about how good Australia is. And so it's weird run because I can't wait to leave. Like at every opportunity I get on a plane and I leave.
Yeah.
And I'm about to do that for a long time. But I will always come back. I will always come back. This will always be home. I will raise my kids here. That's kind of like the deadline I have for coming back.
Yeah.
Is I want to raise my kids here. So, and that's just testament to how good Australia is. Because I want to leave so bad, but I know I will always come back.
Yeah.
This is home, bro. This is the best country in the world.
Yeah, it is, bro.
It is the best country in the world.
Straight the fuck out, it is, bro. Hate to get political, but it's about to get crazy. It was about to get crazy last week. Trump actually saved Australia. Like, realistically, he did. But, yeah, we were about to go into a digital identity. Did you hear anything about that?
No,
the government just passed a law saying everyone has to have a digital identity. Otherwise, you can't have social media. You have to fall into the rules and regulations of, like, any hate speech at all. You can be prosecuted, fined, jailed. If you leave a comment like that's gay or fucking
really?
You, anything like that. Like, it was getting real intense. They passed the law.
Yeah.
Then Trump said, "I will not trade with that country anymore." Wow. And then we deleted the law.
Really?
Yeah, so we're safe for a while.
Yeah, right. Thanks, Don.
We're safe for a while.
Jeez, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a bit out of touch with like the whole...
I
try not watch like the news and stuff anymore.
Yeah.
Not because it's like, I don't have anything against it. I just like, I'd rather be outside.
Yeah. I'm into it, bro. I love it, bro. It's actually the more you learn, the worse it is. But like, I might go backwards on my whole trying to understand politics a bit more.
Yeah, okay.
Just touch your head in, bro.
Yeah, right.
Touch your head in, and I don't think anything good can come from learning. I got to be real with you, but I don't know, right? I love Trump, so anything that I hear about Trump,
you're all in.
I'm locked in, bro.
It's funny. I actually I don't know enough to have an opinion on any of this stuff. But it's so funny, like, people get so G'd up about it. Like,
bro, I'm G'd up about Trump. I swear to God. Like, my post the other day was like, I don't know why I give a fuck about this election. I don't even know who our Prime Minister is.
Yeah, right.
I don't have a clue.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's sick. Well, it's crazy, bro, if you've been to so many countries and you still consider Australia to be the best country in the world. Like, that is a big testament to this country. Like, why? Why do you love this country so much if you're so keen to get out of it?
Yeah. It's a weird one. They've got the best weather. It's got the best people. It's got the best quality. I've lived in Scotland multiple times. Went to school there. It's a great place, but it's terrible way of life. Like, it's terrible.
Yeah.
It's wet. It's cold. All the houses look the same.
Yeah.
It's like dark at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. It's just so depressing.
What?
Australia is the safest. Like, you can do whatever you want. I go to the shops with no shirt on and no shoes on. No one bats an eyelid. It's just, it's hard to put into words, but it has it all. Like, Australia has everything.
Yeah.
There's not one thing I can think of that we're missing out on that I think, I wish we had that. America's obviously got all the problems in the world. The UK, as I just said, is you go there and it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's even worse. Depressing. America now, isn't it? Way worse, yeah.
I mean, I don't know. It's hard to put into words. It's just, I think that's the other thing about travel. I love what I'm doing over there. When I'm in a new country, I'm like a kid in a can. I'm just like, this is amazing. But it gives you the biggest like appreciation of Australia. So then you come home and it's like, I see everything through like rose-colored glasses. Like, I love my dog more when I come home. I love my family more, which I didn't think was possible.
Yeah.
And you have a greater sense of appreciation for things that we probably take for granted, just generally speaking. But Australia's the best, bro.
Yeah.
It's hard to, and I tell people from other countries that, and they're like, shut up, you're just going to get killed by a spider or something. It's just so good, bro.
I think about Australia, bro. I think about the fact that like this really is the land of opportunity more than anything, bro. Like I love obviously the weather's hectic. Me and the sun don't get along. We're actually enemies at the moment, like especially going through summer. It makes my life a lot harder being a refrigeration and air conditioning mechanic in summer. Like me and the weather don't get along that much, but it's still great. The people obviously are good, which is a conversation I want to get to in a minute with you. But we have the opportunity in this country to not just be anything great, start any business. Yes, we have fucking tax for the roof, but we still have every opportunity. Everyone from every other country wants to come. We're like one of the highest immigrated countries in the world for a good reason. But if we want, we can be bums. The government will pay us, bro. We have the opportunity to do nothing, and everyone else will go, we'll pay for that, bro. That's how good this country is.
Yeah, exactly right.
You know?
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know if any other country does that, bro. Where everyone goes, I'm out, you guys take the wheel. Everyone's like, yeah, no worries, bro.
Sweet, bro. Yeah, here's $1,000.
What a country.
Yeah.
What a country. And we don't even take advantage of that. People are still out there like, yeah, all right, I'll work, bro. You chill.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah.
That's
on that conversation of people, I want to know, because you're obviously you love the life, you love the earth, you love people, you love traveling. What's your opinion on people? Do you find that most people are high energetic, happy, good going people? Do you find most people to be like down, miserable, sad, frustrated, annoying, rude? Like what's your opinion generally on people being a highly energetic person yourself?
I reckon, and actually when I did my first big Europe trip, I made a post. I think I posted on LinkedIn for some reason. I was like, back when I was like trying to be a professional person, I made this post on LinkedIn. I think I did put it on Instagram as well, but I wrote it on LinkedIn.
That's sick.
And it was like my little reflections on my trip. It was just like my thoughts. And one of them was 99% of the population in the whole world are friendly, lovely people. It's just the 1% that are the loudest. So, mum keeps saying to me, she's like, you're going to get murdered or robbed. Why are you going to Colombia? 99% of the people in the world are friendly, lovely people when you talk to them. But we don't talk to people. As a population, I think, everyone kind of keeps themselves, their friends. They don't really like to... You never walk down the street and think, I wonder what their story is. I wonder what their life is. I wonder what their dreams are. And I in my videos, that's kind of what I want to highlight. Like, I would love to go to Argentina, go to the middle of nowhere, go to this little village, whip the camera out and get a story from that old lady. So my opinion of people, generally, everyone has a story. Everyone has dreams. Everyone has things going that we would never, ever know. People are great, bro. Like, generally amazing. I've never had, very rarely do I have a bad experience when I'm trying to meet new people overseas. Here, I don't do it much here. Like, I don't really go out and like meet. I do, but not as much. When I go overseas, because I'm often by myself, so I'm always just trying to put myself out there, meet people. Always good experiences.
Yeah, mad. And what about in the country that you live? Like, obviously, you have a bit of a different outlook here. You might be more energetic and more interested in meeting people when you go overseas.
Yep.
And you say that when you're here, you're not maybe just because you are a bit more comfortable in your daily routines or whatever it might be. But how do you find the relationship that you have with people in Australia? Is it the same as the rest of the world?
I think so. Like, I think I'm generally, maybe I'm just quite lucky, but I think most of my interactions are very positive. You get the odd grumpy people, but it's like, that's water under the bridge. Like, I think people as a species get a bit of a bad rap. I reckon most people are really good. And I think all it takes is I might see you at the pub and think, why does he look like he looks cranky, whatever. But if you actually spoke to them, you'd be very surprised.
I get that a lot in my own life. I get that. It's the number one thing I get from girls, to be honest, realistically, but I get it from lads as well, where guys and girls say like, bro, you actually are really nice.
Yeah.
Fuck, bro. What do you mean? I'm actually really nice. Yeah. You mean obviously I'm really nice, bro? What do you mean, bro?
Yeah, that word actually probably happens quite often.
Yeah. I guess as a stigma, like I don't know, I kind of dress sometimes like I could be a bit of a scumbag. I got tattoos in places which some people consider to be like, notorious or something like that. Like, I don't know, like I get it. People explain to me, but at the same time I don't, bro. Like, I know that's why I'm always curious about someone else's relationship when it comes to people's interactions. Because for me, it's always people like, oh, bro, you're actually really surprised. It makes me think like, are people surprised I'm nice, or are people surprised people are nice in general?
Yeah.
And there's a stigma in my own perspective because it's my goal to meet people. I podcast for the fact of meeting people. You know what I mean? Like it's my personality. So
I think people have like, people do have a default setting of like, they're not nice. Like, and I think that is a bit of one of the bad things. Maybe that does happen more in Australia than other countries, to be honest. Like I think we do have a default of, oh, you actually are nice.
Yeah.
I was thinking you weren't going to be nice.
Yeah.
I have the opposite, to be honest. Like I assume everyone is nice. That's how I approach conversations. And most of the time I'm right.
Yeah.
And I think most of the time people would find that is the case. And I think that is maybe, I don't know why that is. I don't know why people have a default of, okay, everyone's not nice. But I think you'd be very surprised. And that's what these conversations do. Like this is obviously planned.
Yeah.
But if you had just a random conversation at the pub, at the shops, you'd be very surprised, I think.
Yeah.
People are nice.
And even though this conversation was planned, it also wasn't. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
true.
We'd sent like, 10, 15 messages, a couple of them voice messages today, if anything, you know what I mean? Like it's still first time interactions.
Yeah,
you know?
absolutely.
By any means, I could have been a fuckwit. You could have been a fuckwit. We didn't know. We're just hoping for the best.
For sure.
Yeah, it's cool. Oh, I'm glad, bro. I'm glad because it's definitely something I'm always trying to do. I'm always trying to deeper relationships with people in my everyday life, and I think that a lot of people aren't doing that, bro. It's crazy.
100%, bro. 100%.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's one of my fucking favorite things in the world, meeting people, bro.
Yeah,
meeting
absolutely.
people. Yeah.
And that's a big reason of why I do what I do. That's a massive part of my travel experiences. All of my favorite travel experiences, I think about it, all come down to who I was with. Always. Like I've got some crazy stories from other countries, and the bit that I'm thinking back on a few now, and I'm smiling about it, and it's because I'm thinking about that guy and that girl and those relationships that we had in that such a short time. Super special.
Is it crazy to think that they probably do the same thing? Like,
it's wild. Like that like the ones I'm thinking of in particular, he lives in Finland, like across the other side of the world. And like, I'm thinking back, we have a matching tattoo on our foot that we got dope. At like 3:00 in the morning, stick and poke in a hostel by the manager of the hostel in Bratislava. That was crazy.
That's cool.
That was crazy.
That's ace cool, bro.
Yeah. It's those little stories like that.
But you have a few cool memories like that, you know? Some of my favourite memories are always memories you gain from going overseas, and whether it be a holiday or a resort or a cruise or a planned weekend with the lads, like my favourite memories are always being amongst the people, bro. You know what I mean? Like stepping out from the traditional road or route or tour or anything you did and just fucking being amongst it, bro. For
sure.
Do you have anything that pops into mind? Some of your favourite experiences from being overseas?
Yeah, there's a few, bro. The one I'll I got to filter here, filter my brain here.
That was the cheekiest laugh of like, oh, I'm not telling the full story, bro.
You should have just seen what was in my head. I won't tell it. That one in particular is quite funny. So I was in Bratislava. I was living in Manchester, England, working in a bar, and I went on Skyscanner, and I was like looking for the cheapest flight in Europe. I had like 2 days off. Bratislava was like £19 each way. It was like $30.
What the fuck?
It's like a two-hour flight. Ryanair. So I was like, book that. Come back. So I flew there, and I met a mate from there because he was traveling Europe. We met there. I went to this hostel, craziest hostel I've ever been to. I walked in, and it's just like every inch of the walls has been written on. You're allowed to just write. They have pen and Texas. You just write whatever you want. There's like profanities on the like. It's just like
bro.
ridiculous.
I've got to cut you off right now.
Yeah,
you're going to be the first person to do that in this room.
No way.
I've been trying to decide what I wanted to do in here for ages. I've got a plan for here. I've got a plan for there. I'm going to start this from today onwards, bro.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're going to be the first person to do it.
Absolutely. Well, it worked there. Like, it gives the place character. And, like, I walked in and I was like, well, my first thought was, this is the most ghetto place I've ever been to in my life. I'm probably going to get robbed in here. If I'm anywhere, it's here. But it was magical, bro. It was like, there's a bar in the hostel. To get served at the bar, you had to do a nudie run.
That's mad.
So I saw 50 naked bodies that night. That was my first night there.
What
and I was
country
like,
is this?
Slovakia.
Bro, what the hell,
It
bro?
was like I walked in, my hostel, I walked in, my room had a massive painting on the wall, like the size of the whole wall, of a girl bent over on her knees with a guy sticking his fingers in her bumhole on the wall, like a painting.
What is this place,
I know.
bro?
That was my first, and I walked in. I was like,
19 pounds can get you anything, bro.
bro. I rang mum. I was like, Mum, you're not gonna believe it. This is a story that you probably don't want to hear.
Pick me up, mum.
Yeah, literally. But like then it turned out best hostel experience of my whole life.
Yeah.
I met the best people ever. We got the matching tattoos on our feet. We had the best time.
Yeah.
And that's just like, that's kind of a metaphor for life, bro. Like, obviously, don't judge a book by its cover. That was probably one of my favorite travel experiences ever. It's obviously not for everyone. It's not for everyone to like go and have to get naked and run to the bar.
Yeah, but you know what? Why not, bro?
Yeah, bro.
Why not?
It kind of, I reckon there was people in there, you didn't have to do it. They weren't forcing me to do it. But
Yeah.
there was probably people there that thought, no way I'm doing that.
Yeah,
But by the end of the night, everyone was doing it.
Yeah,
and that
that's
just,
so
it
mad.
brought us all together. Like, it was just, it was ridiculous. In hindsight, and even at the time, it was ridiculous. Beyond ridiculous.
That is the maddest.
I've got the videos. Like, I'm filming myself running naked down the hallway, and there's like 2 girls behind me. It's just crazy.
Bro, that's my favorite travel story, bro. That's so epic.
That's just like, that's obviously that's probably one of the more wild ones.
Yeah.
But that's kind of what I seek wherever I go.
Yeah.
Not nudie runs.
Yeah,
but that type of experience that brings people together. That's
Yeah.
priceless, bro. That's gonna stay with
That
me
is
forever.
priceless, man. That's an experience, bro. You
Yeah.
know, that's a one of one.
I will never ever forget about that, bro.
Yeah.
Ever.
And obviously, I see the posts you make, bro. You love the weather, you love being outdoors, this
Yeah.
and that. Like, I do seek out the beauty in the world as well as the chaos and
Absolutely. Like I said, I do spend a lot of time in nightclubs and bars.
yeah,
And I love it. But more than that, I love being outside, bro. And that's what I want this trip to be, and I want my content to be moving forward, is Earth. I want to capture it in all its glory, and because there is so much to do and see in this world, man. And I think it's, people are content not seeing it, that's fine. But I would be so upset with myself if I didn't try my best to see it all. Like, I want to go to Afghanistan. I want to go to Iran, Iraq, Syria. I want to go to these places that, when you think of going on a holiday, no one wants to go there. I do.
Yeah.
I really want to go there. I want to go there. I want to see the people. I want to meet the people there. That's what I want to do.
fuck that, bro. Some places just scare me too much, bro.
Yeah,
I'll
I'm
be real.
terrified. I'm going to go there.
Yeah.
Like, I'll definitely go there.
Yeah,
But, and that, maybe a bit down the line, but that's the type of, when I say I want to go everywhere, I'm genuinely serious. Like,
Yeah.
I want to go everywhere. There's not anywhere that I don't want to go.
well, yeah, everywhere's got their stigmas, bro. I bet
Yeah.
that's like. Look at Spanion's videos. I use that as a
Yeah.
good example for most vlogs because it's one of my favorite content channels to watch. But
Mm-hmm.
he showcases the hoods of every suburb, the worst streets in Logan, the worst parts of Glebe, the
Yep.
worst parts of this and that. But bro, I was like, I swear I was passing through Glebe yesterday and it's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
Bro, like,
Yeah, absolutely.
it's fine. Like, I guarantee a lot of these places that you mentioned, like Afghanistan, Iran, Iraq, Syria, all these places, like, we're probably just highlighting the worst parts
Absolutely.
of it, bro,
For sure.
It's like for everything that we see right now happening around Israel and Palestine. Like, I can't tell you how many vlogs I've watched of people in Israel.
Yeah.
It's the most beautiful part of the world. It's,
Yeah.
it's the Holy Land,
Yeah.
if anything. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's sick. You ever been to Egypt?
Never, but next year.
Yeah,
Next year.
that's my number one priority.
Yeah,
I would
right,
love to
okay.
see Egypt.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that'd
and
be sick.
I'm definitely prioritizing that as well next year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait, bro.
What's some of the best places that you reckon anyone should go to? Like, just and look, try and answer this as a bit of an unbiased, subjective opinion because you have what you like, but just as an experience for someone who's saved up their routine commitment lifestyle, they're taking a break to experience and come back. What would you recommend some places?
That's a good question. The way I like to think of it, and when I say like, you have to, like, I implore everyone to go travel, broaden your mind. There's a quote, travel is fatal to bigotry and narrow-mindedness.
Oh, well, can you deep that?
Yeah, so, and when I read it, I think I read it on the wall in a hostel overseas somewhere.
Can you say it again?
Travel is fatal to bigotry and narrow-mindedness.
Yeah.
So basically, travel expands your mind. It gives you new perspectives. It really, and it does. Like, anyone who thinks travel just, it just does stuff, bro. Like, it's hard to explain. I'm really, it's like a deeper thing, and people get it when they do it. So people go do a Europe trip with their mates and they all come back and think their life changed. And it has.
Yeah.
It expands you. You forget about whatever problems you have at home. You see the world is so much bigger than just me. Like I'm insignificant in this place. So why not just have fun? Don't take yourself too seriously. And that's what it does for you. Back to your question. The way I like to think about it is not everyone's going to want to go to Colombia with a backpack. Like that's not for everyone. That's totally fine. Everyone's going to have their own limit. So if you don't really go away, go for a camping trip with the lads. Go down the coast. If you've done that and you want to do something else, go to Queensland. If you've done that, you want to do something else, go to Bali. All these things, they're cliche. Everyone does it, but they're great. That's why everyone does it. I love Bali. To answer your question, if you want to go away, Bali's great. Vietnam is one of the best countries in the world.
Yeah, I've heard that.
One of the best countries in the world. It is cheap as chips. Beers are 50 cents. Meals are $2. Flights to get there are very cheap. People are amazing. Place is beautiful. Great beaches, great food, great people. That's where you should go.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone would have a bad time in Vietnam.
Yeah.
If you like, it's very hot. It's Asian food. If you like Asian food, you're fine with the heat. Vietnam's the best place.
Yeah, mad. Vietnam. I've heard that, bro. That's my next Asia island around those subjects of like local. Vietnam would be the one I want to go to. One of my mates, I work with him at the moment. He was from England, lived there his whole life at 19 or something. Him and 4 mates decided they'd just go travel the world for a couple of years.
Yep.
They went through country to country to country. He ended up going through Australia, decided I'm going to live my life here from now on. Been here for like 8 years. Everyone else kept going. But he said the best 7 weeks of his life were Vietnam. He's like, that was incredible.
I fully get that. We did this thing called the Ha Giang Loop.
Yeah.
It's a motorbike tour up the north of Vietnam. You go like to the Chinese border and everything on motorbikes. That is, do you like motorbikes? You ever ride bikes?
Yeah.
If you ever get the opportunity to do that, probably the single best thing I've ever done in my life.
Yeah.
You just ride motorbikes on like these sketchy little narrow roads. If you fall, you would die. But in the most beautiful place, like the massive mountains. And then at night, you're just kind of partying with, he's doing like a tour.
Yeah.
Best thing I've ever done.
I think that's what he said he might have done, actually. I think he might have said
probably
he did that exact
Everyone
thing.
does it there.
Yeah.
It's so good, man.
Fuck yeah. And what about more of a... So that's more of a local one to go to. What about more of a big commitment? You know, any mad places around Europe or Asia or anything like that that's a mad must that you would recommend?
So Europe's a funny one because it's so good, but I also think I wouldn't say it's overhyped. I love Europe so much. It is the best place ever. Like, definitely go there, everyone. But it's the places when you get away from Paris, London, like you want to get away from those places, in my opinion, to get real travel experiences. You want to go where people don't really go. Because you go to Rome and Paris and it's just full of tourists. The prices are inflated. I went to Europe and I swear all we met was Australian people. Yeah. We were backpacking around Europe and it's just Aussies everywhere.
Yeah.
But then you go off the beaten track and you start to see Italian people and you see the place for what it is. So go to Croatia.
Yeah.
Croatia's the best country in Europe.
Okay.
That I've been to. I haven't been to everywhere, obviously. But Croatia is starting to pick up, I think. I think it was underrated for a long time. It's still quite cheap. Best, clearest water in the world. Beaches are amazing. People are great. Great nightlife. Croatia would be my, like, if you want to go, like you said, a big commitment, go overseas, go to Croatia.
Okay, mad.
Yeah.
How much do people have to, would you think that people would need if they want to take this chapter in their life, bro, and just, like, take a year off from this commitment and routine, bro? Because, like, I think most people have to be drawn to the idea of at least seeing the world, bro. No matter how many times we try and say it's not for everyone.
Yep.
I think most people just don't think they can do it more than they don't want to do it, you know? Is it you mentioned something like $19 from this country to this country, staying in a hotel. Like, these don't sound like expensive endeavors, bro, realistically. Yeah.
So I think it's way more accessible than people realize. And obviously it's heavily dependent on what you do. So like when we did Europe, we went out every single night for 48 nights. And that was very expensive.
Yeah.
But it doesn't need to be. So I stay in hostels when I go away. So often there's like 30 other people sleeping in the same room as me.
Yeah.
So that's not for everyone. Like that's hardcore travel. That's hard to do sometimes. They smell, people snoring, like there's stuff everywhere. People can steal your stuff. If you do it like that, so with Europe, it's so expensive. What I would suggest, I'll put it two ways. If someone wanted to go like a backpacking experience, go to Southeast Asia, do like Vietnam, Thailand, Cambodia, Philippines, like do that region. I did that last year. You can get away with $25, $30 a day for everything.
What?
I'm talking a bed, food, everything.
What?
I think I spent less than $2,000 in a month.
Wow.
Like total.
Wow.
Everything. Yeah.
And then obviously on top of that, you got all your flights and all that.
Yeah,
shit.
which is still cheap as chips. Like I reckon you could go to Southeast Asia for a month and spend, like including flights and everything, spend less than $3,000 for sure.
What?
For sure. If you do
Fuck, bro,
if
I'm
you
traveling
wanted,
wrong, bro.
if you do it like budget,
Yeah.
which again it can be.
I struggle to budget. That's my
Yes.
problem.
Okay. So, but it can be like uncomfortable. Like, let's be real. Backpacking can be uncomfortable. I think if you did it slightly a bit, stayed in some hotels rather than hostels, ate at nicer restaurants, maybe double that, which is still quite cheap.
Yeah.
Like $6,000 for a month, not bad. Europe's a different story. It's a different beast. It's very expensive. You're looking at more like $150 a day.
Yeah.
Sometimes more. So I think if someone wanted to kind of have their first experience overseas, Europe probably is the place for it. Like, it depends what you want. Like, Asia is different, and Europe, they're very, very different. Both good have their pros and cons. But yeah, so I reckon I spent $25,000 in Europe.
Yeah.
In 6 weeks.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah, and that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
So, but I don't regret it at all.
Yeah, no.
The way I see it is, and back to what we were talking about before about, my friends are buying houses and I'm here with no money.
Yeah.
But the way I consider it, they've invested in property or in shares or whatever. Travel is my investment. Like, I consider my money that I've spent on travel, I consider it to be an investment, and it's paying me dividends forever, bro.
Yeah.
You put your money in the bank and or in shares, you get dividends in terms of you get money. I went to Europe and I get dividends in terms of experiences, memories, relationships. That's my investment. Stories. And that's like, that's what I want. And that's what I'm looking for in the future.
Yeah.
I'm putting my money into that and getting those stories, memories, experiences back. And that's I feel like I've made the best investments that I could make with my money.
Yeah,
I have none left. I got nothing to show for it. But I can tell you about it. And I'm happy with that.
That's mad. When I was a youth, I was probably like 17 or something. I met this guy. I was doing work on his farm. I can't remember how many days I was there for. I was doing a refrigeration job for him, but he was probably in his 80s or maybe more, and he was explaining to me what he thinks life's all about. He's like, trust me, bro, you just get to work and you just fucking, I don't know, like fucking, I can't remember exactly what he was using as metaphors, but he was explaining the fact that he just came back from overseas and spent X amount of money with his kids and grandkids and all that.
Yeah.
He's like, but I was gone for a month, 2 months, and he's like, and then I'm back. Like, he's like, it was just a waste of time. It was a waste of money. And he's like, you know what the important thing is to spend your money on? He literally reached down, picked up a handful of dirt, and fucking let it all sprinkle out of his hands.
Yep.
And it played a lot on my mind, bro, for a very long time. And he believed it, but I just didn't understand it. And I tried very hard to understand it for a very long time, bro. And I listen to a lot of country music and shit like that. And
nice.
They prioritize a lot of, home and ground and family and fencing and love and animals and horses and fucking kids, all this shit. Schooling and community, but I just don't get it, bro. I just don't get it. Like, I'm in that life, but it's not enough, bro. It's cool. It's better than not having it if I have to pick one or the other. But I just don't think it's enough, man. Like, this world's too big to fucking pick up the ground and go, fuck yeah. Because I'm looking at this cunt, he's going to die in a minute, bro. You know what I mean? This guy's old, bro. And I'm like, but what happens to this ground? Like, you can't take this ground with ya.
Yeah, for sure.
This ground's dirty, bro. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure there's cow shit where you're standing, bro,
Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe it is for some and maybe it is not for some, bro, But again, maybe, I don't know, maybe there's a deep psychological reason as to why some people don't want to see the world. And it's because they do have too much of an indoctrination of lessons like I was taught by this old fella, you know? Like, I think that might be why a lot of people aren't doing it.
Absolutely. And it is a generational thing, man. Like, even I see it, like, my parents would definitely prefer me to get married, have kids, stay a lawyer. Like, absolutely. And I understand that they want that for me. And I think it is a generational thing in that, well, number one, they don't think YouTube is a career. No, they don't. And that's fine. But I'm going to prove to them that it is. I intend to. But the traditional get a job, get married, have kids, die, that's not me. It used to be. It's not me, bro. I can't do that. And if people want to do that, fine. But I can't do it. I think the whole, working 9 to 5 you're working to live, bro. Like, it's too, like, I keep coming back to, we're going to die. We're going to die soon. Like, probably in the fucking time-space continuum, it's relatively
probably already
soon.
dead, bro.
Yeah, literally. We're just sitting here waiting to die.
Yeah.
And it sounds morbid, and I'm glad that you're on the same kind of page. Like, we can talk about that. Yeah. Some people don't want to hear that.
Yeah. It's existential. It's very existential.
It is.
Yeah.
We're going to die.
Yeah.
And that's why if I'm going to die, I want to make sure I've lived my life to the fullest. Like, it's probably a little bit selfish, to be honest. Like, I want to make sure I have the best time here.
Yeah.
And
that's not selfish, bro. That's not selfish. Like, being selfish is one of the most selfless things you can do, bro, because by investing in yourself and your memories and your experiences, as long as you're not hurting anyone in the process, obviously, then you inspire other people, bro. Yeah. You give people a different perspective. Like, it's actually a very selfless thing to want to prioritize yourself and make sure you live a good life. And I'm curious as well, like, if you used to think like this, what changed your perspective?
Yeah. Travel, bro.
Yeah, like, just going out there and seeing it.
Just seeing the world, meeting new people, realizing how insignificant we are. And when I say insignificant, I don't mean that we are insignificant. I just mean, like, our lives and our bubbles, it doesn't matter, like, in the scheme of things. Travel, bro. Travel opened my mind. It showed me that, like, that rat race life is... I got to be careful what I say, because I don't think it's a bad thing, or I don't think it's a waste of time. I think it's great if that's what you want.
Yeah,
but it's like,
so you don't have to filter what you want to say. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Like, as you said before, you don't have to love what you do, but if you're going to do it, treat it like you do.
Yeah.
If you treat it like you love it, no matter what.
Yeah.
If you can't treat it like you love it, which is like your perspective, don't filter whatever you want to say after that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And I think that's, for me, it was like, I had to, the way I see it is, these days, people who don't like something, they just put up with it. I see this firsthand. I've got mates that have jobs that they hate and they complain regularly. And my response to them is, quit.
Yeah.
Like, quit.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh no, but I've got bills to pay. And quit, man. Go do something else. There's so much out there. Try a new job. I'm just so, it makes me, like, feel sorry for them in a loving way, because I want them to be happy. I want everyone to understand that life's too short to just put up with stuff that doesn't make you happy. I'm all about, like, life is too short. Like, quit your job.
Yeah.
If you hate your job, quit it. That's like as simple as it gets. And, like, that's why I appreciate what you're doing with this. Like, there's so many people that want to do this. So many people have creative dreams and things that they think, I can't do that because it doesn't make me any money, or I can't do that because I need to pay my bills, or mum will get angry, or, like, it's...
I hear that
people need to
a
get
lot,
out of that.
Bro. I hear that a lot. Whenever I don't tell anyone, I've never told anyone in my life that I do the podcast. Like, it's because I love the feeling of people finding it. Like, I don't ask anyone to subscribe because I love the feeling people do. Like, it's one of those... It's not a stigma against it. It's not like I have this fucking biased opinion or anything. It's just like, I love the discovery aspect. And when a lot of people find out, because I've heard it in conversations or I've popped up on their feeds, they ask, like, oh, how much money do you make from doing it?
Yep.
And then I'm like, oh, I'm not making any money off it yet. I will. And they're like, oh, okay, how much time do you spend doing it? I'm like, oh, for some weeks I could spend 10 to 20 hours if I want to spend doing it. And they're like, what the fuck? Like what? How do you plan on monetizing it? How do you plan on turning it into a career? Like this and that. It's like, but that's not the fucking point, bro.
Yeah, absolutely.
I do it because I like to do it.
Yeah.
And then and on the subject of, like, quitting your job because people don't like it, I think it's like the thing about any endeavor is want. So want, when it comes to, I want to buy a house, so I will put up with this job I don't want to do, you know? So it's like,
absolutely.
It's a priority list above anything. But if people are putting up with a job and they don't necessarily want to be living in the house that they're paying the mortgage for by doing the job they don't want to do, then why do the job? You know, but if you want to save up and then flip this house and make $100,000, then I kind of get why you're doing the 80-hour weeks and things like that. But I gotta be honest, bro. Like I take a lot of pride in this. I work fucking hard. I work consistently. I do not take days off. Like I put a lot of effort, not just into the podcast, but my career outside the podcast as well. And it's draining. There's long days, there's overtime, there's sleepless nights. Sometimes there's night shifts, there's living away. I'm traveling a lot for it. But if I didn't want to do it, bro, I just fucking wouldn't. You know, like, and that's I don't do what I don't want to do. Fuck all that. If I don't want to go to the gym that day, like I know the rule is, you got to go anyway, but it's a different thing because it's like I do want to go. I'm just convincing myself I shouldn't. If I didn't want to, I fucking won't. You know,
but people don't. Not many people are like that. I find.
Yeah,
in my life, my experience, too many people are the opposite. They put up with shit. I don't anymore. And it's such a freeing experience, a freeing realization when you think, I'm the main character of this game. I'm the director, the producer, the main character. This is my life. I'm the movie. I'm on choose your own bloody adventure. You can do whatever you want. Why are you sitting there hating your life? It annoys me because people could be, there's so much more to just, I don't know. You just got to do what you want, bro. It's that simple.
Sparky said to me one time on site, I was up in a scissor, he was up on another scissor, and we're just kind of crossing paths, and I could see him staring at me, and I just fucking like, oh, what's up, bros? And he's like, do you ever think about the fact that we might be video game characters? And I'm just like, yeah, I think about that a lot. I'm actually thinking about that like last week. He's like, yeah, what a fucking video game this is, eh? Brackets.
Right.
Like, wow, bro, wow. It's all he said, but I never spoke another word to him.
That guy was some deep shit.
Like, wow, bro, you're right, bro. Like, I see this on the internet as well. Like, so I'm not saying this is mine, but like, some people aren't even the main character in their own game.
Absolutely not, bro.
Bro, you know what I seen this morning? Actually, I was at the back having my coffee this morning, and I seen a reel that said, if your life was a movie, who in your life would be the villain? And I was like, wow, I don't know, bro. I don't know. That's deep.
It is deep.
I'm going to spend some time thinking about that.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it. It's probably a good thing that nothing's jumping out at me. But that is deep.
People should pick their exes, bar. Everyone should pick their exes. Fuck 'em.
Oh, man. That's a funny story.
Yeah. But that's cool, bro. Like, I'm curious as well, like, being such a loving person, you know, to the world you live and the people around you. What's your relationship with spirituality? Do you think about the word? Do you think about the universe, God, fucking love, anything around that subject?
Absolutely. Yeah, it's a weird one, and it's a topic that I like talking about, but it's also a topic that I don't know how I feel. So when I was younger, I went to church, like I went to this youth group, and like was heaps into it for a while. And those
how
are
young?
15, 16, 17, like through to even like mid high school through to mid high school.
Same.
And I went through like a bit of a phase where I was like,
Jesus.
Yeah,
same.
And
did you ever have like the cross on your phone and shit, like wallpaper?
Oh yeah, all that, bro, all that. I posted on, like, I think I posted on Facebook.
Cross equals love, cross equals heart. Yeah.
I did. I think I made a post like, thank you for welcoming me into, like, all that kind of stuff. But and even though I'm not now, I'm definitely not. Like, I can't call myself religious. Yeah. Those are some of the best times. Like those camps, we used to go like a youth camp, like go away. They're like the happiest maybe that I've ever felt because everyone's like, it's like a community. So how do I feel about it? I don't know.
Summer camps are the best, bro.
Even if it's like, aside from all the religious stuff, it's just you can't deny that it's a good feeling to be surrounded by people like that, in my opinion. Yeah. Like they're all great. But how do I feel now? I don't know. I do think about it quite often. I do think that there's something out there. So for example, on Friday when I got admitted into the Supreme Court, we had to stand up and we get the choice to swear an oath or just affirmation. So you either say, so help me God, if you want to have like the religious bit, or you just say, I do, if you're not religious. And I always choose the so help me God option. And I don't really know why. Because do I believe? I don't know. Yeah. Maybe.
That's facts, bro. No one knows, but
it's a weird, I've got a weird relationship with it. Yeah. Just in that, I'm not sure.
Yeah. But that's fine. I think that everyone doesn't know. No one knows, you know. People just choose to believe whether they want to believe it or they don't want to believe it, you know. I'll never try and push Christianity or any form of religion onto anyone, but I do personally find that I get a lot of fulfillment just in the belief that there is something, bro.
Absolutely, I agree.
Because you get to be grateful for something. Being grateful is believing, bro. You know what I mean? You can't believe in something if you're not grateful. Grateful means receive what? Receive the gift. Like someone gave it to you. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like, still grateful. Yeah.
I think it's healthy to have, like, for people to believe in something. I think it's a good thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even if it's whatever your religion is, like, I think it's healthy.
Yeah, definitely.
It can be good.
Yeah. And what about like your routine when you are not traveling? What's your lifestyle like? Obviously, I only know you from the fact that you've done your law degree.
Yep.
And the parties and the drinking and the sorry, Doxie, fucked up. Yeah. So,
Bro, you're a legend for letting me come a little bit later, right?
Yeah.
Just knock me back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, so like, my life's pretty cool, bro. Like I live near the beach, so I'm always at the beach. I do work a lot, which is, I hate it, but gladly only 2 weeks left. I see my friends. Like, my friends are a massive part of my life. Like, my group of mates are the best. They're the best mates in the world.
Yeah, good words, bro.
Yeah, I've got no hesitation.
They're not as good as my mates, but I'm glad that you think that.
Yeah, and as long as, like, I hope that everyone thinks that about themselves. Like, but yeah, these boys, like, they're very inspirational, supportive. So we have this group chat called, we called it the Foxhole, and the Foxhole, like in war, it's like the trenches.
Yeah.
And it's kind of, we have our main group chat, then we have the Foxhole group chat, which is where we talk like serious, like about our goals and like encourage each other and post progress updates and things in there. And then the other group chat's just for normal stuff. And I really I attribute a lot of what I've achieved to that group chat and that supportive like group. Recently I've been pretty slack, but like before, you know, we would like have running goals. We did like a half marathon together. I'm not very fit now because I keep going out, but I keep justifying going out because I'm moving away. So I'm like, I need to go. But I think that's super important.
Is that what you're trying to do?
Yeah. That's what I'm telling myself.
Yeah.
It's a joke. But yeah, seriously, like having that group around you is invaluable. And I love those boys with like my whole heart.
Yeah, nice. That's mad, bro. How often do the boys like link up? Like, is it like a weekly thing or is it a daily thing? Like, what's it like?
I reckon I see at least one of them every day.
Man.
We do like, whether it's at the gym or whatever. We have like, we're very social. Like we watch a movie, come over, watch movies, like go out for dinner, go for a walk, go for a run, go out for beers. Like we see them. I can't get enough of them, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
that's mad.
I'm already itching to go. I'm gonna see him the Savo for sure.
Yeah.
Like we're extremely close.
Yeah.
And that's going to be really hard when I go. That's one of the things I'm going to struggle with for sure, is not seeing them all the time.
Yeah. I find that to be a very similar thing with myself, bro. I'm a very codependent person with my friends, like not just friends, like with strangers, with meeting new people. Like I do find a lot of my happiness comes from being around others.
Yeah. And
truthfully, I don't know if I spend enough time by myself. You know what I mean? How's that relationship with you? Do you spend enough time by yourself and do you appreciate that?
As much as I just gave that whole spiel about I love being with mates, I love being by myself. Like, I think too many people are not comfortable being by themselves. Even like firsthand, my mates, some of them, they just can't be by themselves. But I love being by myself. And I think that's another thing like about solo travel, is you spend so much time just with yourself in your head. I think it can be really good for you. I love being by myself, bro. I read like this year I've been a bit slack, but last year I read 52 books.
That's wild.
Like,
I thought I read good, bro.
I love reading books, bro.
Smashed mine.
This year, not like,
yeah,
I'm hungover too often.
I read like 12 and I was like, bro, I'm a G, bro. That's no one's out here reading more than me, bro.
Bro, 12 books is amazing. Reading is a big part of my life, like a big part. If I'm not at work, I'm either reading. Like, my life is just like work, beach, read, gym, mates.
Mad.
That's it.
Drink, party.
Well, that's the mates.
Content, videos.
Yeah, contents. That my life is, it's definitely transitioning a little bit now. Like, I feel a lot of changes. I think maybe we're just getting to that age, like 25, like people getting serious relationships, getting jobs, like things change. And it's a bit sad. Like we do talk about it, like that it is sad a little bit. Like, things are changing. But it's good. Like, that's life, bro. Like,
yeah. It's a shame. You just got to take advantage of the opportunities you get with your mates. You know, I got like some of my best mates. Like, I see them when we have a job to do together, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like there might be a cashier that one of us is like, yeah, I need a hand. We'll call this lad. Like he'll come give me a hand for this. You know, I've got other mates that we see each other because we train together. Other mates see each other because we both have dogs. Other mates see each other for this and that. But it's definitely not the same, bro. It's definitely not the same. My life changed a lot. Like not going out, not drinking, not partying, not doing all these things. So unfortunately, there's a lot of people that I don't see anymore. But
Yeah, for sure.
It's going to take advantage. I just have to try and take advantage of the fact that when I can do it, you know.
So do you not drink anymore?
No, I've been sober for 26 months this month.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah. It was a not an easy it was an easy decision. It wasn't a easy transition.
Yeah.
And it was only because like my life was just like I love drugs, bro. I got to be honest with you. I love drugs. I love drinking. I love drugs. I love getting as fucked up as possible.
Yeah. Are you 26 months off everything?
Yeah. Sober.
Nice.
I think I've had. I tried to go no Panadol or anything like that. I tried to go extreme.
Yeah.
First year I did. This year I'm like, fuck it. If I have a headache, I'll have a Panadol.
Yeah, okay.
But that's as far as it goes.
Yeah, right.
I have nicotine. I have caffeine.
Yeah.
Sometimes it gets pretty bad.
Yeah, right.
Other than that, that's it.
And have you noticed like a difference?
I have the utmost improved life
Yeah.
compared to what I used to be. No one in my life, and I wouldn't say this because I think so.
Yeah.
I only believe it when my friends tell me because I hear it a lot.
Yeah.
None of them believe I'm who I am today. None of them believe
right.
it. Like I couldn't tell you how many fucking, whether I was in a lot of trouble, which has prevented me from going to a lot of countries, or whether I was woken up in hospitals overdosing, or whether I was crashing cars and ending in hospitals. Like, I was a mess, bro. I was a junkie. I was a scumbag.
Yeah.
I was a bad kid, but it was a clear decision. Like, all right, if I want to be great, I got to cut out the things I love. So cut them out.
I respect that. That's amazing.
Don't get me wrong, bro. I miss it,
Yeah.
but I don't want to go back to it. No
for
way.
sure.
That scares me.
Look at you now, bro. Look at this.
Yeah.
Look at this.
And
this is amazing.
in my head, it's weird because I always imagined I'd be able to do something like this or be great or be, you know, respected in some way.
Yeah.
But everyone around me goes, nah, bro. Nah, you ain't that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you are that guy.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to be. That's what I'm trying to be, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
No, I feel that. It's a weird one for me. Like, obviously, I was saying I go out all the time and I love drinking that. But I think I'm lucky in a sense that it's definitely just social. Like, it's definitely a social thing.
Yeah.
And I'm conscious. Like, it does. My life would be a hell of a lot better without it. Like, well, actually, that's a bit of a.
That's a big statement, bro. Because I don't know if everyone's life would.
Yeah, I don't.
Because a lot of people can have a healthy balance with things.
That's what
I
take back what I said.
Yeah.
It's all about balance, bro. As is everything. But like, I definitely think that, and that's something I'm trying to work on. Like being like deep, real shit right now. I definitely want to wind back on it, and more so not because I think it's like damaging me or anything. It's more so like I think it does get in the way of my other goals.
Yeah, that's a different thing. Yeah.
So I think that's the main thing for me.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's money that I want to be spending overseas instead. It's Sunday mornings that I want to be spent making videos rather than in bed. And that's what it is for me. And that's a massive goal of mine. And I'm when I go away, that's one of the things I'm definitely going to be like working on.
That's what, because I speak to a lot of people in recovery and other people that identify as addicts and things like that. It's been definitely a trend on my podcast as of lately, but having yourself a goal in which you need to do tomorrow is what helps people from making bad decisions the night before.
Absolutely.
And the problem that a lot of people face is it doesn't matter what the goal is, they're not able to not indulge.
Yep.
And I just happen to be an unfortunate person where there's no moderation skill level. I don't have a moderation skill level, so I just have to rely on discipline. So I just do that. But if people can go out and have a mad time and go out and drink, and I was out with a girl last night and she had a couple glasses of wine. She was, I even said at one point, I was like, oh, that explains why you're having so much more fun than usual. Like you had a couple drinks. Like I couldn't understand what was going on, you know?
Yeah.
And I get that, bro. It's normal for her. But then we're walking a bit further and there's a chick passed out laying in the gutter, bro. And I'm like, that's me. I mean, like,
Yeah. No, I get that.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So I would never preach to anyone to fucking go sober. No way. I would never preach it.
Yeah.
If I could have a healthy balance, bro, fuck it. I'd have a healthy balance, but
Yeah, right.
I'm just way too scared to go down that road again, bro.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. But all right, well, what about a routine? Do you like having a routine? Like, you know, you're mostly outdoors, beach, you know, this and that.
I do. I definitely strive. Like I thrive with routine. Like I'm the type of guy that like wake up in the morning, write a list. Like I need to write it. I can't do it on my phone. I need to write it on paper of things I want to do today. And I live like that every day. I even write like my list of like cut nails,
Yeah,
like
nice.
shave face, like
Brush teeth.
like do a poo. Like I actually write these things down.
Yeah.
And I cross them off, and
Yeah.
that's how my
Finish to
body
do
works.
list.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, so I do. That's how I live. And in terms of routine, I think recently, and this is again something that I'm trying to work on. I've been like much getting up late, like staying up late, waking up late, and I don't like that. It's annoying me. So I thrive on routine. I want to get up, I want to move, I want to get outside in the morning, and I haven't been doing that. But that's my plan. That's the goal.
Yeah, nice. Nice.
But yeah, that's how I love doing that, bro.
Yeah.
What about you? Do you have a routine you follow?
Not at the moment. I realistically don't. Like,
Yeah.
to be honest, even when it comes to like editing and all this stuff, I have a routine. It's just not what I want my routine to be. So I have
Right.
work and gym and dog and these things. But like when I do have a weekend or a fucking afternoon, like I'm just chaos, bro. There is no
Yeah, right.
routine.
Yeah.
I do really want to implement it because there's things I want to be working on my business, things I want to be working on content and all these things.
Yeah.
I'm just at the moment, bro. I don't know. I'm just not doing it. Like,
Yeah.
I can't give you any good reason
Yeah.
why, but
No, I feel
I'm
that.
just
I
not,
feel the same. Yeah, right. Well, I mean, it comes back to like doing what you want to do. Like, that's fine.
Yeah.
You don't have to wait. I'm very much of the opinion like, no, it doesn't need to be perfect. You don't need to be perfect. I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
As long as you're trying to get to where you want to be in the long. It's a long game, bro. Life is a long fucking game.
Yeah.
It's short, but it's long. Right? Like we're gonna die soon, but we've got so much time.
Yeah.
It's kind of like
Yeah.
that's the thing that you need to realize.
I think that it's all, again, when it comes to what you want, I find that most of the time people only go towards what they want when they've reached the basement, in which is of pity, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I've hit I can't feel like this anymore, let's go do that.
Yeah.
And it's only when you have a fucking big hangover, when you swear off alcohol for the next 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So it's only when, like, you notice you're gaining a couple kilos.
That's true.
When you promise yourself at the gym.
Yeah.
I think I'm just really comfortable, bro, at the moment. Like, and to be honest, thank God I am,
Yeah.
bro. Like, I'm loving life, bro. So it's like, I don't have that push at the moment to improve.
Yeah, I love that.
And Kevin Hart says it the best. You got to get comfortable being uncomfortable, but
Uh-huh.
sometimes it's good to be comfortable, bro. I'm comfortable.
True.
You know?
Yeah, true. No, I love that, bro. I love
Yeah.
that. Too
What
many
about
people,
you?
yeah.
You comfortable?
I'm comfortable, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, there's things I want to change. I'm very comfortable.
Yeah.
I'm very happy.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, very,
nice.
very, very happy.
So what's the next? Are you going to be making and putting out any more videos before you go overseas? It's
I am.
Not for another month and a bit.
I am. So I'm still going to stick to one a week. I got a few things coming up. I'm going away with Dad. It's a lot of me and Dad.
That's mad, bro.
it's
That's
good.
mad.
And like we were saying before, like I think that's really special. So we're going down to Threadville, like down to Mount Kosciuszko. I'm gonna do a video where we're gonna walk up to the highest point in Australia, and just sleep there.
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't got the logistics sorted out yet because I don't think you're meant to. Anyway, we're gonna just take a tent, walk up the mountain, and sleep on it. So that's the type of stuff I'm gonna be doing.
Yeah. Nice. I walked up Mount Kosciuszko backwards.
Backwards.
Yeah.
The whole way.
Yeah. The whole way.
Why?
I just wanted to do it backwards, bro. I was like, I bet no one else has done this before.
That would be a good video idea, actually.
Yeah.
That's so
Yeah.
good. Oh, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was,
so
it was a
just-
long walk, but fuck.
Yeah, fuck.
Yeah, it was like
Tell
3.5, 4 hours, 4.5 hours, something like that.
Backwards.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. But that'd be a cool video. So you haven't filmed that one yet?
I haven't done that one yet. That's coming up. I think we're going in 3 weeks. But in terms of like, I'm definitely doing one a week.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what they are.
So how does the routine go when it comes to, so are you advanced at the moment? Like, do you have recorded with video to post? How many weeks in advance?
No.
No. Yeah.
I've got one to post.
Yeah.
I'm actually having major technical issues. I've tried to post on Wednesday. It's not working.
Yeah.
It's not exporting. I use iMovie because I'm a noob.
Yeah.
And I want to change, but it won't export. So if anyone knows how to fix that, like it keeps stopping exporting at the exact same point. Like it's nearly finished, and it just keeps stopping. It's really annoying me.
That point in the video, like just to quickly touch on it, it might be that you have to what's called reproxy media. I don't know if you have that option, but
Okay.
if you can highlight, I don't use iMovie, but if you
Right.
can highlight selected clips,
Yeah.
like, I can assume obviously you can move clips over
Yeah,
and things
yeah,
like
you
that.
can, yeah.
If you can highlight it and somehow right click it to then
Yeah.
relink it,
Right.
so it'll recalibrate it to the original source of the video,
Yeah.
then it should fix it and you can export. It's probably stopping because it can't code that bit of the
Okay.
video, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I tried to explain it as easy as I could. I don't know.
Okay.
if
I'll
that
go
makes
have a look at it. I might send you a message later if I'm sure.
Yeah.
But yeah. In terms of videos, like, and it is I am a little bit chaotic in that sense. Like, I don't really have anything planned, but I know that it'll come. It's always on a whim. Like even all the videos I've done so far, pretty much all of them have been like the day before I've decided that I'm going to go and do that.
And how long do you spend making the video once you've already filmed it? So let's just use the example of going out with your old man to do Fredbo.
Yep.
You go for the night, you do what you got to do, you come back home, you've got all the footage.
Yep.
How long is the process now from then till uploaded?
Maximum a week.
Yep.
Maximum a week. So like that's historically how long it takes. So usually I'll do it like on a weekend, film on a weekend and try get it out on Thursday. That's the general cycle. I would prefer to have it backed up, like you said, so when I go overseas, I definitely am going to have it be much more organized. I'm going to have much more time. It's going to be my life basically.
Yeah.
So yeah, I reckon I'll be banging them out like 2 or 3 a week. Hopefully build up a few in advance, post them, like schedule them. Because on YouTube you can schedule.
Yeah.
So I'll schedule post. I have the same time posting every week, maybe like Tuesday, Thursday type thing.
It's a cool feeling, bro, when you start getting advanced, bro. Like,
bro,
I've gotten the podcast once 5 weeks in advance, 6 weeks in advance,
really?
uploaded on YouTube, bro, and it's just like,
wow,
I just chilled for 4 weeks,
that's
5
mad.
weeks.
Yeah, that's mad. That's the point that I want to get to.
Yeah,
for sure.
I've only just started recording again in the last couple of days, like couple episodes. I didn't record for like a month or two. I did I would do episodes and be like, sorry, bro, I've got no idea when this is going to be out.
Yeah, right. You just had them all banked up.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
It took a long time to get there.
Yeah.
I was doing them Sunday morning, recording them. Not even getting it done until 12 and 1 o'clock in the afternoon. We'll finish recording 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
And then having to edit the whole thing, upload it, render it, process it. Hopefully it's uploaded by 1 a.m. because it comes out Sunday. It comes out Monday, 1 a.m.
Right.
And it's like, oh, bro, I just couldn't live like that anymore, man.
Full on. That's full on.
Couldn't do it.
Yeah, fair.
I'd be driving to work night shift because I'd be doing night shift with my laptop next to me in traffic, still going.
I've done that before.
Pulled up to the job site. I'm like, yeah, bro, no worries. Just got the plans on me.
Yeah.
Go into the plant room, bro. Go.
I might have done a few sneakies like that as well. Yeah. That's so good.
Yeah. Do you enjoy it, bro? Is it fun? Do you enjoy the whole editing side, or is it chore?
At the start, I was a bit like, it was a bit of a chore. I'm talking like 2 years ago when I very, very first started. I love it now, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I think I've flicked a switch. I consider it my job now.
Mad.
I consider making videos my job. I consider myself terrible at my job as well because I'm still learning. Like, I don't know what I'm doing, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm doing.
I'm gonna give you the secret, bro.
Yeah.
No one does.
And I'm happy with that.
And everyone that I talk to, no one does, bro. Yeah.
Well, see, that's what's good. It's giving me a bit of reassurance, but
Yeah.
I'm happy with that. And I love learning. Like everything I do, I love. As long as I'm learning I love it.
Yeah.
Now I love editing. I can't wait to go home and edit.
Yeah. It's funny how you said you're not a creative person. I find that content to be one of the most creative forms of expression there is, bro. Content creation is a form of creativity because there's only one person who can make the videos how you make them.
Yeah, that's
only
true.
one person who knows I'd rather stopping here and starting here and adding this sound over this, and I should have put this scene from earlier over this scene, you know,
absolutely.
like it's creative, bro, you know?
I think it's bringing that out of me as well.
Yeah.
I think I maybe never used to be, but I'm becoming more creative.
Yeah. And I bet, bro, I'll take a bet that in a couple of years from now, with consistency, which I know you're going to be doing, you'll find that you'll start implementing creativity more into your life because it's like a weird muscle you learn to use, bro. It's almost like discipline or consistency. Like creativity is really a rippling, powerful, positive feedback loop of a muscle, bro. Like you'll start wanting to jump on music and just jump on make music with your mates rapping and you're not even a rapper, bro. It's a fucking why not, you know? Or you want to start painting or drawing or making your own clothes. Like there's a million things that come from doing it,
Absolutely.
bro. And my entry into creativity was definitely making videos for sure, you know?
Yeah, me too, bro.
Sick.
I love it.
Yeah.
That's with me, like, I've got these videos of me when I was like 10 years old, like, and they're funny. I'm actually glad I've got them because I'll put them in a video one day, like, you know, looking back. They're the dumbest shit ever.
Yeah.
And so maybe I am creative. Maybe, now that you've said that, you've actually kind of made me think.
I used to love making videos. I've deleted every single one, bro. There's not a video of me from 23 under, bro.
Yeah, right, okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, were they just no good or
I
what?
just can't stand seeing myself from that age, bro. I just do not have that comfort. I deleted Snapchat. I can't stand seeing memories. I can't, bro.
Yeah, right.
That guy doesn't exist. I'm a new guy, bro. no one judge that guy.
Yeah.
Parkour videos, like skate park videos.
So
like,
good.
Go on, bro.
Yeah. No, that's amazing.
Yeah. What about, I'm curious as well, when it comes to law, right, and this intense study period of your life, how difficult is a commitment like that in every form of the definition of difficulty?
It's a weird one. I'll obviously answer you as straight as possible. This is the honest answer. I didn't try very hard at uni, and I passed pretty easily. I think it's much more doable than people think. Like people naturally think, "Oh, lawyer, you must be smart, or you must have really like was that hard?" Don't get me wrong. It's like anything. You need to give it due respect. Like you need to put in the work. But it wasn't too hard, bro, to be honest. And I think my advice to people would be, if you want to be a lawyer, do a law degree, obviously. I didn't want to be a lawyer when I started. I did law because it sounded cool.
Yeah.
I wanted to work in finance. So I did a finance degree as well, but I just tacked law on so that I could tell people I did a law degree. That's why I did it.
That's mad, but
that's
actually a flex, but
yeah. Would I recommend it? I don't know. Like I wouldn't. It's 50 grand to do a law degree.
Yeah.
So that's the first consideration, and it takes, if you just do law alone, it takes 4 years. Mm-hmm. So that's a long time. So I wouldn't necessarily recommend it for everyone, just for fun, like I did.
Yeah, just for funny.
But
just for funny.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone was considering it for fun.
Yeah, no, my brain's a bit strange sometimes.
Yeah.
But I would suggest, like, it's not as hard as people think. Like, straight up, it's very accessible. If you want to be a lawyer, which is a great career, it's very accessible. It's very doable. I know people that if you don't get a great ATAR, if you're not great at school, you can still get in, you can still do it, you can still succeed. I know I've got mates that are now great lawyers that were maybe not very smart by other people's standards in school.
Yeah.
I think it's much more accessible than people think. I don't think it's all this high might. It's not.
Yeah,
it's not
okay. And what's the commitment level of like showing up for study and uni and work and all that?
Yeah. So these days, bro, everything's online these days. You don't have to go. You don't have to go to class. In terms of if you want to do it properly, it's actually a joke to say it out loud. I think I was studying full time. I was going to uni 1 day a week.
Yeah.
That was it. And I was going to everything at that point. It's 1 day a week.
Yeah, that's full time.
And then maybe that's full time. And then, you might have to study 10, 20 hours. Between 10 and 20 hours a week. Go to all your classes, study for 10 to 20 hours a week, and you will pass.
Yeah.
Potentially do very well.
That's doable for people that have a full-time job almost, bro.
Doable. Yeah, it is. So I was working part-time and just had like a couple of days to study.
And just fill me in too, is the day where you go to uni the same day every week? Is it that kind of thing?
Yeah.
So if it's like on a Monday,
yeah,
you could work a fucking Tuesday till Saturday job.
Exactly right.
And then you just study after work. Bro.
Yeah.
Wow.
Uni is... I've got a weird relationship with uni. Like, I think I'm kind of the opinion, like, don't go to uni unless you really know what you want to do. But on the flip side, it's very accessible with a full-time job. Like you were just saying, like you can go to uni, work full-time, no problem.
Yeah. Because I'm going to uni in 4 years. That's my goal. I'm going to go do a psychology degree in uni.
Yeah, mad.
But I don't want to stop working. Like I'm going to keep doing this. So I'm always curious, like what is the commitment level,
Yeah. Oh, you could do that 100%, man. Yeah. 100%. Especially
I don't think I want to be a
days.
psychologist, bro. I just want to do the degree.
Do it. Like I love that. And I think it's a weird one because, like I just said, maybe don't do a law degree just for fun. But on the flip side, why not? Why not?
Why not?
I did it. And I don't regret it at all.
Yeah.
I probably genuinely will never be a lawyer ever again, I don't think.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll forever be a lawyer now, but I don't think I'm ever going to work in law again.
Yeah.
But I don't regret. Like, I did it for fun.
Yeah.
I might go do something else. Like, I'm definitely, I want the most experiences in life that I can get. And if that's, I might go do another degree, like just for fun.
Yeah,
just do it.
That's mad. Yeah. Well, what's the type of thing that you're walking away from to chase content? Obviously, I know you're walking away to chase the lifestyle and the fulfillment aspect, but how much does a lawyer make? What are you giving up in other people's perspective?
So at the moment, in my position, like it varies greatly. So people, when I say I'm a lawyer, people go, oh yeah, you must be making lots of money. I'm the lowest paid in my whole friend group. Mm-hmm. And I got most of my mates dropped out in year 10. And I'm the lowest paid out of all at this point. So I would also say to people, do not become a lawyer just for money at all. Like, it is not like that. If you want to get paid, you can get paid really well. I'm pretty sure, like, if you get a job at a big firm in the city, you can be on 100K first year easily. But you're working like an absolute dog, like 80
bro,
hours.
I got to be real with you, bro. And I don't mean this to be a flex point of view at all.
Yeah.
Obviously, money comes from working hard towards it. But for me, 100K a year doesn't sound like a fucking lot of money.
No, absolutely
not
not.
a lot of money
Especially if you're sacrificing so much for it in terms of a terrible lifestyle.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
Like you're sitting, staring at a screen, inside, no light, sore back for hours. It's not good, bro.
Bro, you can make way more than that doing construction and trade, bro.
Way more. All my friends that are in construction make genuine. I think one of my best mates, construction manager, is
Construction manager, a lot of money. That's a lot.
He's triple my salary right now.
Yeah.
He's triple.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. I mean, don't get me wrong, you can make money in law, like well more than that. But is it worth what you're giving up? I don't think so.
What do you reckon's like what people can aim towards if they were to commit to because you obviously work amongst lawyers in your classes and shit.
Sure.
You got a better insight than me, but what's something that if someone wanted to get into law, what's something that you can work towards?
Partners at big firms, they're on
partners is a lot.
Yeah, that's like the
that means like your part ownership in the company, is that right?
Yeah. So I would say like the range, right? So you can start where I am on peanuts, then maybe the average lawyer I would say is on like 250K.
Yeah.
That's like average.
Now we're talking money.
Yeah. So that's like, I'm talking like,
that's
40 years old, 50 years old.
$5,000 a week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
40, 50 years old in the city.
Oh, 40, 50 years old.
I'm talking like the average lawyer, that's the peak of their career.
Oh, wow. That's a long time.
Absolutely.
I was thinking maybe like 28.
Oh, no. Yeah, okay. Like it happens.
Yeah.
It happens. Don't get me wrong. But that's like the top of the top.
Yeah.
Partners, it's unlimited. They make,
of course,
they make
business owners, things like that.
Yeah. But I don't think it's
CEOs, CFOs, anything around that topic.
Absolutely. But it's not worth, like, I mean,
that doesn't
it's
not
subjective.
Sound worth,
it's a subjective thing though. Like, is it worth it? Well, it depends how much you enjoy it. Some people love it, bro. Some people, they think they are making a difference. They're helping people. It's fair enough. I don't know.
I'm gonna backpedal on my own words here and say, let's just say 150K once you've been doing it for a few years is a lot of money.
Yeah.
Because there's not many other traditional jobs you can go down to earn that kind of money.
Yeah.
You know, it's different for a lot of lads who are committed to working away, night shift, they want to be managers in construction businesses, things like this. Then obviously you can earn more money than that. But just thinking off the top of my head, there's not too many jobs, I guess, you can earn 150K.
Yeah. I agree. Although on the flip side, like this day and age, there's a lot of ways to make money.
There is a lot of ways, but there's not a lot of jobs.
No.
You know, there's not, which is an interesting thing to know. I always think about it as well. I'm always going down, what would be the best paying job? You know, how can I fucking just show up and earn 400K a year?
Yeah, that would be nice.
It's not possible, bro.
Yeah. And that's how, like when I chose my degrees back then, I chose the degree that I thought would make me the most money, which was finance. I was like, that will make me the most money. That's what I'm going to do.
And what's that kind of job look like? How much do you reckon to find? What the hell's a job in finance?
So finance is a very broad term. There's lots within that. So there's investment banking, there's like trust funds, there's equity, private like capital, like all.
So is it more around the subject of managing money for other people?
Most of, pretty much, all of finance related jobs are to do with managing money in some sense. Whether you're helping Woolworths buy Coles for $50 billion or you're investing $100,000 for someone, like that's what finance is. Again, mega money. Probably actually as a general statement, much more than law. Like I think the average person in finance would make more than the average person in law. Yeah. I think.
And is that because it's commission based or
can be commission based, can be like large bonuses. I don't really like, again, I don't work in finance, so I don't know for sure. Maybe not the best, most qualified to talk on it, but just from what I see, like I've got mates in it, it's good money.
Yeah.
But the same thing, the lifestyle, bro. Yeah. You sat in a box, looking at a screen, crunching numbers on an Excel spreadsheet. It's not for me.
What's your relationship like with relationships, bro? That's the only thing I want to know.
I'm a loving guy. I'm very easily, I don't want to say I fall in love easily. I probably do, though. I probably do.
I fucking do. Yeah.
I'm very, I don't know. So I had a girlfriend for 5 years. We broke up 3 years ago. And that was a weird, I don't know. My relationship with relationships is really good, I think. Like with my family, I'm extremely close with my mom and dad. Like they live separately, but I'm extremely close with both of them. And that's going to be extremely hard when I leave. But with relationships in terms of like a partner, it's been a weird few years. So we broke up 3 years ago. We're still friends. She's great. But I haven't been on a date since then.
Yeah, okay.
In 3 years. I haven't been on one date.
Yeah.
I've met girls going out and stuff, but that's where it happened. Like, I haven't been on a planned date, which is crazy to some people.
Yeah.
I'm 25, I haven't been on a date.
Yeah, it is kind of, but fuck, I get it, bro. Like, dates are long, bro. I don't know.
I just don't. I'm thinking like,
if you're not interested, bro.
Yeah, I'd rather just like go out for dinner with my mates. Like,
yeah.
I'm not, but I think the other side, the main reason is I knew I was moving away. I've known for 3 years that I was going to move away after uni.
Yeah.
So I think I've been like subconsciously against it. So I've been closed off. Like, I reckon even if I met like the girl of my dreams in the last 3 years, I wouldn't have opened up to it.
Yeah.
And I think that's because I know I'm going away. And I also think that the second I get on that plane this year, I will open up to it.
Yeah.
And it's a weird thing.
Yeah.
Because I want 6 kids, bro.
Yeah,
I need to find someone pretty soon.
Yeah, I know.
But
that's a big one, bro. It's a big one. I think about that all the time as well. Because I'm the same, bro. I'm like, I just don't see. I don't want to be slack when I say this. I just don't see the value in my own personal life to get going on dates right now. Like, life's good. I tell myself that like I enjoy my time and I'm not willing to share it. Like, you know, I don't care. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
No, I feel that 100%.
I don't care. But it's like I'm a caring person. I care for all my friends. I care for my friends that are girls. I care for my family.
Yep.
I just don't care for the obligations. I know what being a boyfriend's like, bro. So I was like, what's the point of dating if you don't do it? But at the same time, it's like there is that clock, bro. You know what I mean? That clock's long for us.
It is.
But that clock to find the woman to have the kids with and all this is very limited.
It is. And that's like the balance. Like, I'm conscious of that all the time, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you're kind of giving that up by chasing other goals. But at the end of the day, it's like, for me, the way I see it is, it's going to happen eventually. I'm not going to look for it. I'm not going to go, right, I want a girlfriend. That's not how I operate.
Oh, I do.
Yeah, right.
Bro, I'm bad. I'm like, girlfriend time. Let's get a girlfriend. Bro.
Yeah, right, okay. I mean, maybe I will. I genuinely think that I will be open. When I say I'll be open to it next year, I'm not going to go searching for it, but I'll be open to it. And if it happens, it happens.
Yeah.
But I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not fussed about it.
Nah. I think that like it's hard because I can tell you're a high aspiring person. I think that a lot of people are worried that you might not be because you're giving up what they deem to be success and greatness, but you aspire to live a great life, bro. And that includes experiences and traveling and documentation and videos. And these are a lot of commitment things, bro. You know, you've obviously proven to yourself and everyone else that you can commit to something. So at any point you can come back and commit to a standardized job. You know, that's not out of the picture. I would be thinking differently if people didn't have, you know, if someone said to me, yeah, bro, I just want to do content full time. Oh, Matt, what do you do? Oh, I haven't really done anything. Since when? Ever. You know? It's a different conversation, bro. But
for sure.
I think that maybe this might be subconscious or maybe you're aware of it, maybe you're not even, but I think that it's hard for a lot of girls to be in a relationship with high aspiring men in general. You know, it might just be the age in which we are, it might be the time in which we're in. I'm not sure. But I think a lot of girls aren't necessarily down for a guy that's not doing a 9 to 5, even a 7 till 3, whatever the hours may be, and then coming home at the end of every day, spending time with them. When a guy has lots of friends and a guy wants to go out and see the world and travel and do cool things, bro, that's hard for a girl.
Absolutely.
That's very hard.
Yeah, it's fair enough. Like, I don't blame, like, my lifestyle is not conducive to a girlfriend. Like, it is not. It would be, unless, obviously, there's exceptions to that, like, unless they wanted to do that same stuff.
Yeah.
But it's very hard to have something that requires stability like a relationship when your life is so unstable. Like, my life is chaotic.
Yeah.
Like, it's about to get a whole hell of a lot more chaotic. But, you know, one day I don't know.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
For the future.
Hopefully.
For the future.
Yeah. Hopefully.
So when you go do this next stint you're going to do in traveling, I'm going to ask the question from my perspective if it's going to be something that I'm going to do, but what do you reckon is the best way to do it? Do you plan the hostels in which you're going to travel to, and then from this state I go to this place, or do you just go one way, sort it out when you're there? So
historically, I've planned it all. So when I went to Europe, I had a spreadsheet, I had this date, this hostel, and I'd booked it all. This time, nothing. I've got a flight there, that's it. I know roughly what countries I want to go to. I haven't booked anything. I'm not going to book anything until I get there.
Yeah.
I'll book things a week in advance. So like when I get there, I'll book for If I decide I want to go to Peru tomorrow, I'll go.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to book it until I get there.
No.
So this time is a, and that's, some people might struggle with that. It's a bit too chaotic. It's obviously not for everyone, but this time, no planning anything.
Yeah,
like,
mad.
just going to on the fly.
If I could suggest anything that I think you should do that you might not have thought before going, right?
Yeah.
And the couple of things that made me think like this. I got a mate who did a similar thing. He bought a one-way ticket to South America.
Yeah.
He went there. I think he did 6 months, 9 months, whatever he did, so 5 months. I don't know.
Yeah.
But he went through his whole holiday in the last month, I think it was. As he was on the phone, someone pinched it and grabbed it on a moped and went. All of his photos for his entire trip were on that, bro. Everything.
That's devastating.
Because something like that might happen or similar things might happen. You've experienced what it's like trying to upload something to YouTube. Technical difficulties, bro, is a must. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
You will lose footage, files get corrupted, hard drives shit themselves. It just happens. I think document as much as you can.
Yeah.
Put it onto a hard drive, send it back home.
Yeah,
Every
right.
time.
That's a good idea.
Fill it up, 1 terabyte. And 1 terabyte
Yeah.
fills up super quick.
Yeah,
bro.
right.
4K videos.
Yeah.
A podcast, this is 250 gigabytes.
Jeez.
That's all and these aren't the best cameras in the world.
Per video,
Per
250 gig.
video, yeah.
Jeez.
I have unlimited terabytes. You have no idea.
Yeah,
bro.
right.
So I reckon get a Google Drive,
Yep.
maybe even 2 with over 100 gigabytes.
Yeah.
Keep what you need to keep safe on there in the cloud, let it go. And then fill up your hard drive, send it back home. Fill up your hard drive, send it back home. Because you'd hate to fucking lose footage
Absolutely.
or memories or anything like that. Like my fucking poor mate did, or like
That's
I've done
terrible.
with entire episodes, you know.
Yeah, right. That's great advice. I'll
Back
definitely
up.
do that.
Yeah.
I did have a plan for that, but like I've got some hard drive, like multiple hard drives. But yeah, sending them back home is a good idea.
Yeah.
Because it's a real possibility, especially
Yeah.
theft over there.
Yeah.
So like I'm taking all the measures I can to be safe, but like it's a real worry.
Yeah.
I'm learning Spanish as well because
Spanish is my favorite language.
they're
bro.
less likely to want to harvest my organs if I talk to them in Spanish. That's the way I see it.
Yeah.
So I'm learning Spanish.
How's that journey been learning Spanish?
Yeah, it's fun. It's very, very new. Like I only started like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
But I'm getting there. I love it. It's
yeah.
mad.
I love
It's so much
Spanish,
fun.
bro. It's
And
the
I'm
best
posting it on
language.
TikTok every day.
Yeah, nice.
Like my Spanish.
Fuck
Just like-
yeah, bro. I gotta start. I didn't even know you had all these other accounts, bro.
Yeah,
like that's
yeah,
hectic.
yeah.
I've been going for your Instagram, watching all your videos.
Yeah, right. No,
Oh,
I get
fuck.
on the YouTube's the main thing.
Yeah.
Or on the TikTok, but
Mad.
it's yeah,
But
it's good.
there's a couple of things before we wrap towards the end of the episode that
Yeah.
I've put pins in along the way. You love reading.
Yep.
What's a couple books that you can absolutely recommend that have impacted you at all?
Good question. So I actually read mainly fiction. So like I love reading stories.
Fiction
like,
means fake, right?
fake.
I ask that all the time.
Yeah.
I don't know why I
No,
still
it's
ask
I
it.
still had to think about it. Yeah, so fake. I read mainly fake. Like I love fantasy, sci-fi. Like I read about like dragons and shit. I love that.
okay.
That's like how my brain works. But in terms of books that I'd recommend for everyone, I would recommend. Have you read Shoe Dog by Phil Knight? It's like the story of Nike, like how he started
Oh,
Nike.
mad.
That's one of my favorite books of all time.
Yeah, on the list for sure.
Yeah, but that's I don't know what it like because obviously it's about a business and like the genesis of Nike, one of the biggest brands ever, and it's such a good story, bro.
Yeah.
And that honestly, it inspired me. I would say that inspired me to start filming content.
Yeah, nice.
Just like because his story is so rogue, like it's like read it, bro. It's really good.
That reminds
So,
me of
yeah.
I read Elon's book, his first one. That's a bit shorter than the new recent autobiography that came out, but
Yeah.
it was called motherfucker. I just read it not that long ago. It was called like not Power. This is gonna kill me if I can't think of this in the next 5 seconds. It was called the biggest. Something to do with bet. Like it was like the world's biggest
Right,
bet.
okay.
World's
Yeah.
biggest bet. Something like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was like the story of how he grew Tesla and SpaceX
Yeah.
and all these businesses, and that was an impossible feat.
Yeah.
And it inspired me to do everything.
Yeah,
Inspired me to
right.
go gym. Inspired
Yeah.
me to hug me mum.
Yeah,
Like
right.
inspired me, right?
That's good, bro. Books can do that.
Yeah.
You can get that. That's so good.
All right, so that's one. Shoe
Yeah.
Dog.
Shoe Dog by Phil Knight. 100%. Everyone should read it. Another one, bro, there's a few. I've read like, when I read non-fiction, so like real
Yeah.
stuff, it's hard. I don't enjoy it as much. So I don't know if I have any more to recommend.
Yeah.
Like, actually, what I would recommend, if you've never read fiction before, give it a go.
Yeah.
It can like, I think it brings out the it makes, it's weird because it's like an escape from the real world, right? Not that I want to escape because I love my life. I love the
Yeah.
real world, but I also love, I think it's good for the brain to like expand.
imagination.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So I think fiction reading is underrated. Like people look at me, I've had it in the past, like, oh, why are you wasting your time reading about dragons? Not even real. But I think it's actually really good for you, in my opinion. I think there's a thing called bibliotherapy. It's like reading and the therapy of reading.
Yeah.
And that doesn't need to be about self-help books that are meant to advance you. It can be reading about a fucking wizard that shoots green lasers out of his wand. I think it's good for the brain. I just think it's like good for you.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I think it's underrated. I think people give it a bad rap.
Mm-hmm.
So I reckon just reading in general.
I can't say I hate reading fiction. I've read a few. I read like Harry Potter up to 4 maybe.
Yeah.
I think I left it on the plane last couple of years ago and fuck it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick up Harry Potter again.
Yeah.
The best in fact it might be my favorite book to be honest is The Alchemist. Have you read The Alchemist?
I haven't read it, but I've heard
fiction.
about it.
It's not even a real story, but it is one of the most incredible stories.
Right.
There's one called the what's that fucking book called? It's got the answer to the universe, which is 42. The motherfucker, how can I not remember this fucking book? I'm gonna have to search this up, bro. This is gonna kill me. One of my favorite books of all time. It's called.
I'm always here for book recommendations, or I need these.
Answer is 42. So I'm gonna look up, and it's gonna come up. The answer to the ultimate question of life, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Oh,
That's what it's called. Hitchhiker's Guide
By
to
Douglas
the Galaxy.
Adams. I know about it.
Yeah.
Is it funny? Is it meant to be like? Is it?
Yeah, I'd say it's a bit funny. Like it is a bit funny, but it's more shocking as to how creative it is more than anything.
Right,
you know,
okay.
like it's a very, very make believe story about traveling through the universe and landing on other planets and meeting glob like creatures, and the creature would ask him the most deepest question in the world, bro. And it just makes you think, you know, as you read it. It takes you on this make believe story of deep introspection. Is that the word? Yeah. So
that. I'll put that
on
the list.
I just read the one that was like the radio scripts because it was originally a radio broadcast thing that they'd make up on the spot almost.
Right.
So I just read the book that literally said character words. And yeah, it was mad, bro. It was mad. And that book is actually what's inspired Elon Musk on his endeavors through life.
Really?
It's the reason why he wants to become an interplanetary species. It's the reason why he's trying to set sail into the cosmos and things like this because he read that book. He went down religious texts of Quran and Buddhism and biblical, and then he went down philosophy of Plato and Achilles and all these things. And eventually he's like, bro, life ain't giving me what I need. And he read that book, bro. It changed his life, bro. Yeah.
There's a lesson in there somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. Books are amazing. Another book, Tuesdays with Maury.
Yeah.
Read it.
Yeah.
I reckon just from what I've gauged of you today, you would love that book.
Okay.
That's non-fiction.
Yeah.
It's about this guy. I think it was like a young guy, like university student, and his teacher. They were like good mates, and Maury was dying. And so every Tuesday, the student would go over to Maury's house and just like take notes, like get lessons from him as he was dying, like an old man. It's amazing.
Wow, that's amazing. Mad book,
it's basically like the reveries, the thoughts of a dying 80-year-old man, but through the kind of told by a young person. It's really good.
Yeah, wow.
It's a great book.
That's crazy. I'd love that.
Yeah, it's pretty accessible. It's it's a relatively quick read. I read it in one sitting.
Yeah.
On the plane to Vietnam.
Nice.
But great book.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, bro, reading's hectic. I'm glad that you read, bro.
Yeah.
Reading's for my soul. I don't do it enough. I probably do it like once a week at the moment, if that. But when I go through stints, bro, I go through stints. But mine are all non-fiction. I can't say I read too much fiction.
Cool.
I love real life stories, bro.
Yeah.
I only watch documentaries. I don't like TV series. I just like documentaries and docu-series and podcasts.
Yeah, man. What's any docos you recommend?
Netflix is full of great ones, realistically. Like, depends what you're into. I like really well-told stories more than anything than serial killers, and that shit doesn't really interest me.
Yeah.
So there's ones like on Netflix called, you know what's really good? They made a couple of series like The Tinder Swindler. That's a fun one to watch. Have you seen The Tinder Swindler?
I haven't seen it, no.
It's this guy who, like, a quick intro to the documentary is like this girl meets this guy on Tinder. He's got all his information and shit, and he's like a diamond trader, internationally known diamond trader, websites, Forbes list, like makes millions of dollars.
Yeah.
Takes her on this mad date to Paris, this, that. Comes back, drops her off, everything's sweet, lovely. Maybe like a couple times they see each other, and then he goes, I'm in a lot of trouble right now. Like the fucking cartel of this country are trying to kill me. Like, would you mind they've frozen my bank account. Would you mind just sending me like, 15 grand? I don't really have it. Like, it's fine. Like, I'm struggling. She goes and gets a credit card, sends him the money. Quick, would you mind doing it again? Blah, blah, I'll pay you back tomorrow. He's proven he's a billionaire. All right, fine. Maybe you should give him 50 grand, whatever.
Jeez. gone.
That's his money he needs to get the next date, bro.
That's insane.
Yeah.
I'll watch that.
It's crazy, bro.
That is crazy.
Anything like that, I love those stories,
Yeah,
bro.
okay.
I just love being open to what crazy shit's happening in the world,
true.
Because this
There's a
world is
lot.
big, bro. I'm glad you love this world and you get to see it because this world's huge,
It is
bro.
so big. It is ridiculously big, which sounds stupid to say because obviously it's big. But like when you actually think about it, it blows your mind.
It's crazy. I actually heard a story this week of this girl who broke a world record. Don't get me wrong, I'm not advocate. This is disgusting. I'm not a fan.
Yeah.
She broke a world record for how many guys she could sleep with in one day.
Bonnie Blue?
Yeah.
Bro.
100. Yeah.
Disgusting.
Do you know what she's going for?
Isn't she going for like
She's going for 1,000.
that is wasn't she she was trying to do it at schoolies in Queensland.
Yeah.
She got her visa cancelled, but I think she's still there.
Yeah, she's going to LA next. I listened to it on a podcast. She's going to LA to go for 300 in preparation for 1,000. So she's on baby steps at the moment, right? But I heard that story and it really opened me up again to like how big this world is.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I thought it and I went, this world might be too big.
Jeez, mate. Oh, yeah, I'll keep some of my comments to myself about that. That's crazy. I mean, all power to it.
Yeah.
What's to do?
And before we get to the end, bro, I'm just curious, like, is there the type of people that you meet overseas, what's it like, meeting new people? All right, backstory first. I'm a very attachable kind of person. It's why I fall into the category of an addict. It's why I have to remove myself from substances. It's why I have to be careful about what I choose for hobbies.
Yep.
I'm probably going to hassle you, bro, from here on out. You know what I mean? If I see things you post, I'm going to be messaging you. I might send you. I might even call you every now and then.
Yeah, call me. FaceTime me.
I can't let go of anything, realistically. What's it like meeting people overseas, traveling, gaining friendships, getting tattoos, this, that?
Yep.
You know what I mean? What's that like?
Yeah. It's hard, bro.
Yeah.
It can be really hard. It's like I liken it to, like when we have a dog, right? When your dog dies, it's like the worst thing ever. You're so sad. Was it better to have had the dog and experienced that pain, or just not had the dog ever and never feel that pain?
Great answer, bro. That's how I feel about relationships.
Absolutely. That's like a lot of things in life. It's better to have loved and lost than to have never loved at all.
And that's not even a fact, bro. That's a perspective.
It is.
I'm deep in Instagram videos. I love it when I see a video that's like, what's the worst thing you've ever been told?
Yeah.
And then I'll go through the comments, bro. You know what I mean? Or it's like, there might be a guy who's been like at the gym for 2 years now because fuck that bitch. You know?
Yeah, right.
Like, go through the comments, bro. But so many of this planet is like fixated on like upset. She left me. Like, I haven't been with anyone for fucking 10 years. It's like, some of my mates, bro, they're like womanizers, bro. Some of them are hardcore too. And it's like, some of them are off the back burner of a girl that hurt them, bro. And it's like, I'm starting to get feelings for this girl, but don't be a pussy, bro.
Yeah.
Don't be a pussy.
Yeah.
Like, I'm glad you have that perspective because that's not a fact, the fact that it's better to have loved and lost.
For sure.
So is that kind of, I'm guessing that's what you're relating it to in forms of meeting people.
Absolutely. And it's when I said, my first thing I said was it's hard. And it is because it's such like a melting pot. You get to this hostel, random country, you don't know anyone. Everyone's there for the same reason, right? Come from all over the world. Some don't speak English. And things happen so much quicker. So after one night, they're your best friends. After 2 nights, you consider them lifelong friends. After a week, which is the longest I've ever stayed in one place, leaving is so hard, bro. Like I've cried. I've met people in hostels, said goodbye to them 3 days later and cried when saying goodbye to them. But that's the beauty of it. Like that is indicative of how special the relationship is. Like I've got mates all over the world that I could go and stay in their house tomorrow in a heartbeat. And I wouldn't change that for anything, bro. And that's what it comes back to. It's hard to leave them, but it's so worth it. To me, that's travel in a nutshell. It's like these special things that you cannot get anywhere else. If I met you down the pub, I'm not going to cry when you go home.
Yeah.
That's what's unique about it.
Yeah.
It's something special.
That's crazy, bro. Because that's a lifestyle that I do not understand. Bro.
Yeah.
I think it every time I'm with anyone who's from overseas, especially. Like I work with a lad, or I might used to work with lads, or I might just meet guys when I'm out, or girls, whoever. And I know they're just traveling through, bro, and they got their friends and their apartments and their cities and their towns and this and that. But like they're going.
Their lives are a world away.
They're going,
absolutely.
bro.
Yeah.
That's a. Do you think that's something that everyone can appreciate, or is it something that a special, unique type of individual is destined to be exposed to? What's your opinion on the whole thing?
I think everyone can appreciate it. Whether or not it's for everyone it's a different thing, because obviously to get to that point where the relationship gets like that, you have to put yourself out there, which is potentially scary. Walk into a room full of people that you don't know and try and talk to someone. It's not easy. So I think it's something that everyone should try and experience in their life. And now you don't have to get on a plane and take a backpack and go to the buttfuck of Colombia. You can do that just in your life. And that's, I think travel and my experiences in travel are, you can scale them down to suit you in your own life. And a big part of it, and these like relationships that we're talking about, you don't have to do crazy things to find that. You can find that here. Like this, you and I, it's going to be a great relationship. And that's, you need to be open to it somewhat. And I think I know for a fact people are closed off to meeting new people. A lot of people, they've got their friends, they don't want to meet anyone else. That's fine. But it's special when you do. It's really
I think maybe
special.
people are scared, bro. I think maybe people are insecure, anxious. Maybe some people are, it's hard to meet new people, bro. It's hard. For some reason, it's a lot easier when you're younger and you're in school, and then it's even easier when you're out and you're intoxicated. And the older you get, the less and less people you seem to make friends with. You know, like when was the last time you made a best mate?
Yeah.
You know, I bet it was a long time, you know.
It was a long time.
And what I'm curious is as well, when you go into these hostels, right, is the goal to become friends with people, or does it happen without wanting it to be your goal? Like, do you walk in like, let's try and be friends, or do you just walk in like, I'm here by myself to just fucking see this country, or whatever? How's it work?
It's definitely a goal, but it happens naturally. Yeah. I don't go in there and go, I want to make a best friend tonight. But I do hope that it happens, and it always does. Yeah. It always does. That environment, I think if you go overseas, you go stay in a hotel by yourself, you're never going to meet anyone. That's why I go to hostels. I would pay more to go to a hostel and sleep in a room with 30 people than I would for a private hotel room. Thankfully, it's cheaper anyway. Yeah. Some of my beds in Vietnam were $5. Yeah. Like for a night. Wow. And in South America, I'm hoping to cap it at $15 a night maximum. Yeah. So you stay in some dodgy place. Like you don't get much for that usually, but it's the people that make it. I'm not I would pay more. I would pay more to sleep in the shittest bed you've ever seen if it had a good common room where I could sit down like this with someone from America, the UK, China, and we just sit down and have a chat. And
I bet most people are like with the same mindset as you. People probably wouldn't go in there with the intention to be closed off and not allow people in. They're going to experience the world, bro.
It's a very social environment, hostels generally. Yeah. And that's what I love about it.
Is drinking and partying a big fact in that? Like, do you ever encounter many people that don't participate?
Yes, it is a big part of it. So often the most social aspect of a hostel is the pub crawl. They all have pub crawls, and it's a good way to see the city. But 100% people don't do that because they have a pub crawl, they also have sunrise hikes and stuff like that. So it's choose your own adventure. It's not, you don't have to go there and party, but you can if you want to. You can. Yeah, you can. Yeah, that's mad. Yeah, it's honestly, I would say it's for everyone. There's not one style of person that should go to hostels. I've stayed at a hostel in Sydney. Yeah. I just went and stayed in Coogee by myself one night in a hostel, just for fun. And I made a video about it. It was mad. That's cool. I think it's underrated and also misunderstood. I think a lot of people think sleeping in a room with 10 randoms. What the fuck? Yeah. It's such a good experience.
It sounds cool, bro. I can't lie. It sounds cool. It does sound cool. Yeah.
It's cool.
A couple of questions I want to ask before we wrap it up. So one of the ones I've been wanting to ask more people in my life personally, and I haven't been. So mind, body, and soul. What's your relationship like? How do you feel around this conversation, and how are you at the moment?
Very good. I'm very happy with all of those things. However, I would say at the moment I'm in a bit of a worse position than say a year ago. And I think that honestly is down to I'm going out too much. I'm drinking too much, but I'm very happy.
Yeah.
Like mind, body, and soul. I feel fit, healthy, happy, like amazing.
Nice.
I'm just comparing it to when I've been better, but that's just part of the journey, bro. I'm happy that I've got goals. I'm happy that I've got places to improve, and I'm planning to do it. Like it's all good.
Yeah, nice. Yeah. And I find that most of the time, two of them are usually going above the third one.
True.
Which one do you think is the third one? And it's okay to have that because they do take turns in climbing. You know?
Right. I think mind is definitely on the worst one.
Yeah.
And when I say worst one, it's not bad at all.
Yeah.
But if I had to choose.
And why would you say that?
I think it's because whenever, like for example, whenever I wake up hungover, I'm always in my own head about, come on, Cody. Like you.
Come on, Cody. That's
like,
so funny.
come on, Cody. Like I think that a lot.
Yeah.
I probably say it out loud. Like wake up and I'm like, come on, Cody, you serious? But like on the flip side, I'm not unhappy with it. It's more so like I mess around with myself. I'm in a very good spot. But I just do kick myself sometimes thinking like, oh, you could have had an extra video this week if you didn't go out. But I'm not unhappy.
You had fun going out.
I had fun going out. Like there's obviously I regret some things.
Yeah.
But very rarely. Like I try, obviously I live with no regrets usually, but I'm happy with it.
Yeah. I mean, I've been contemplating this theory for a while, which I've slowly started to implement. I haven't taken full advantage of it yet because it is a hard thing to do realistically, but I've been trying to become friends with the different versions of myself.
Yep.
So I've noticed that I never wake up the same guy that went to bed.
Right.
Like I'll be like, bro, tomorrow you're waking up at 4:30, you're going for that run.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't matter what it is. Even if I set my alarm for when I'm meant to wake up, I wake up and go, not a fucking chance, bro. You know what I mean? I'm going back to bed.
Yeah.
And we're not the same guy. We're not, bro. I can, in an hour into my day, I'm not the same guy I was in the morning.
Yeah.
It was like, I might see my mom or my dog or something. And it's like, I'm not as energetic. I'm a different guy.
Yep.
So I'm trying to become friends with the two people. Maybe the guy before, like I need to go out or I need to go do something or go to bed. I'll be like, all right, bro, like when you wake up tomorrow, like I'm asking you for advice, like please get up. I'm begging you. And then when I wake up, if I do click onto that conscious thought, be like, he asked me, am I going to be his friend today? Or am I going to tell him to get fucked? You know what I mean? And then I can make that decision.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's a fun thing to try and play around with the idea of, because I think it does snap that conscious decision back into play instead of snoozing or procrastinating or things like that.
I do, bro, that's another thing I do I deal with a lot with is procrastination. And the mornings is like that the snoozing thing. I used to, alarm goes off, jump up, cold shower, done. And that was when I was at my happiest and best life. I've been so slack on that recently. I've been like, I don't get up out of bed in first alarm. I haven't done that in like 6 months.
Yeah.
And that's something I want to work on.
Yeah.
Because it's such a small thing. Like winning that little battle of like, I don't want to get up, but I'm going to do it anyway. I haven't been doing that. And I think I would suggest that's why I answered with mind being on the bottom.
Yeah.
But I want to work on it. I'm working on it.
Yeah, nice. That's good, bro. Good. I hope that you start to make improvements towards that. And if you don't, bro, at least love's good.
Love's still good. Love's still good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, that's what
Nice.
it's all
All
about.
right. Well, the last question I have to ask you, bro, I will ask in a minute, but I have to say, bro, this has been a fucking hectic episode, bro.
Awesome.
It's been mad, bro.
I've loved it.
I didn't know what to expect, bro. I got to be honest with you. I just trust Sean, right?
Yeah.
Realistically, when he says, bro, I got a guy, I go, yeah, let's cook, you know?
Yeah.
And I knew from the content in which you're filming, you live a mad life. I want to talk to you about the life in which you see it through your eyes. I noticed there was a bit of traveling in there, and then I seen the lawyer, day in the life of a lawyer kind of thing, and I thought, fuck, that's enough to cook on, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, you're a G, bro. Yeah. You're taking life by the reins and you're controlling this bull, you know what I mean? And I love to see that, bro. I can't wait to see, as soon as this is done, the YouTube videos in which you've uploaded, you know?
Appreciate it, bro. Let me know what you think, please.
Definitely
Honestly.
will. Definitely will. And again, I'm not a professional on YouTube, but if you have any advice when it comes to anything that might be going wrong, recording wise, transitioning wise, editing, uploading, like I've got a little bit of experience, so
Sweet.
might be able to help a little bit in that regard
Appreciate
as well.
that, bro. Thank
But I'm already a fan, bro, so I'm already a fan.
Likewise, brother. I appreciate you.
All right, well, the last question before I kick you out will be, it's a piece of advice that I ask to anyone that might need it. It's the same question at the end of every episode. And you're a very happy guy, so I'm interested to know what your answer would be. If someone came to you because they were feeling depressed, mostly because they were just lost, what advice would you give that person?
My advice, and it might seem simple, or it is simple. It's a simple answer, but I think it's very valuable. I think we spend too much time you need to get back to nature. And I'm not a hippie. I'm not like a tree hugger. Go outside, like genuinely get up, go outside into somewhere where you can't see a building, you can't see anything that's man-made. I think that will, I'm not saying it's going to cure you, but it's like we take for granted and we don't appreciate like nature, and being outside does something to you. I don't know what it is. Like they say the natural high, like you go out, the smells, you hear the birds, you see the trees, you look up and think that sky is so big, and that just unlocks something for me. Like whenever and like by no means have I ever been depressed or anything. I've been extremely grateful and lucky in that regard. I'm always happy, but I still get upset every now and then. Go outside, man. Go jump if you can. Go jump in the ocean. Go take your shoes off and walk through the grass. It works.
That's mad, bro. That's a different answer than I've had so far in the pod, bro. It's always a different answer. I can't lie, but you might be the first person to come on and just share the light and just if you're not feeling well, bro, let the world fill you back up.
Absolutely.
You know?
The world can do that, bro. That's why I love it. Cody v World.
Cody v World, bro. Nice.
That's what it's all about.
I find that it makes sense on a scientific basis too, and I can't help it. I'm a very analytical kind of person. Even anything spiritual, bro, I look for the scientific excuses as to why I can justify it. Photosynthesis, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
true.
literally plants grow from the sun.
Yep.
You know what I mean? That's how flora and fauna survives because the sun gives it energy, you know?
And I think we could take that advice from the leaf.
Yeah.
You know, listen to the leaf.
Listen to the leaf, bro. That was dope. Yeah. Good answer, bro. Good episode, bro. I couldn't have thanked you enough for making the effort of coming out here. It's been an absolute pleasure, bro.
My pleasure, man.
Yeah.
I could sit here for hours.
I know. I hate wrapping it up, bro. Sometimes you just have to get to the end.
Of course. It's been great, bro. Honestly, thank you so much. I love what you're doing. It's amazing. I'm gonna be a fan, mate. You're going to go places.
I appreciate it, bro. Nothing but love. Thank you, bro. Well, yeah, I can't wait until you come back. I'm going to watch the videos. Trust me, I'm going to be a big fan of doing so when you come back. I'd love to have you on the podcast again, bro, and hear about your experience.
Love to be here.
Yeah, gang.
Right, bro.
Thanks, bros. For everyone listening, thank you guys as well. It's been an amazing week this week. As you've seen, there'll be another one next week, as I promised. That's a wrap.
Unreal.
Yeah, we heading for the sun. Shawty got my heart, I ain't tripping for the fun. Yeah, I won't start, I ain't tripping, I'm a stun.